Chapter 63:27. The appearance of the 50th person attracted everyone's attention again. The people of the otherworld heavenly king were excited. Their people had finally come. However, they were soon stunned, because they realized that it wasn't their people who had come. It was a man who had experienced many vicissitudes of life. Who was this person? The people of the otherworld heavenly king were stunned. Even the people of the divine realm were puzzled. In the next moment, they all became nervous because this person exuded the aura of an earth immortal. He was actually an earth immortal. In an instant, everyone felt as if they were facing a great enemy. Lin Xian said, "Father, don't be nervous. Let me introduce you." Lin Xian invited Zhou Tianshi over and said, "This is Zhou Tianshi, the guardian of the seventh heaven of the immortal city." After Lin Zhan and the others heard this, they were all stunned. Even the fighting god was extremely surprised. How could the guardian of the immortal city come out? Lin Xian said, "Not only did I get 49 longevity fruits, but I also got the immortal token. I used the immortal token to invite Zhou Tianshi out." Lin Zhan felt that their brains weren't enough. What? You got all the longevity fruits, and you also got the immortal token. It was unbelievable. The immortal token was an extremely mysterious existence. The last intruder didn't even find any clues about the immortal token, not to mention the immortal token. But this time around, Lin Xian actually obtained it. Just what in the world had that little fella experienced inside? They were extremely curious. The people of the otherworld heavenly king also heard this. The guardian of the seventh heaven. They were also shocked. When they heard about the immortal token, they went even crazier. This was impossible? How could you get the immortal token? Idiot. What's impossible? Senior Zhou Tianshi is here. How do you think he came out? Also, don't wait anymore. None of you from the otherworld heavenly king came out alive, because I used the immortal token to keep them all inside. Of course, even without the immortal token, they can't come out. The 49 longevity fruits are all with me. They can forget about coming out even in their dreams. You don't have to wait anymore." This news was like a bolt from the blue, stunning the 5 earth immortals of the otherworld heavenly king. Their men had really been completely wiped out. Although they didn't believe it, the scene before them was simply too strange. Other than being completely wiped out, they really couldn't think of any other reason. Damn it, capture this brat and ask him about the situation. To be honest, the Grand Supreme had asked them to be prepared this time. However, in their opinion, they were at most behind in numbers. If it really didn't work, he could petrify a land immortal. However, it still couldn't change anything. There were still many land immortals on their side. However, if they were completely wiped out, then the situation would be different. This was something that had never happened before. What would happen to these land immortals? You want to fight? The faces of Lin Zhan and the others sank. Immortal chi exploded from their bodies. Even the illusion of a spirit formation appeared beside the heavenly cycle master. An extremely mysterious power of the formation spread out. The saber immortal said, "Don't do anything. Let's go back and tell the Grand Elder about the situation. We need to prepare for the worst." The 5 earth immortals tore open the void and disappeared. The war god also waved his hand and said, "Let's go. We have to prepare." The invaders from the Nirvana realm were all wiped out. Next, their land immortals would be petrified. That would be our chance to make a move. Everyone nodded. They knew that a great battle was coming. The Grand Supreme of the Nirvana realm was also a little stunned when he heard the news. It wasn't that he didn't plan. In fact, he was even prepared to use the 2 petrified ones to snatch them away, because he felt that this time, something might happen in the immortal city. However, he really didn't expect that the Nirvana realm would be completely wiped out. Not a single one of them came out. Damn it, what exactly happened? The situation was troublesome. Their side had failed, and several land immortals would probably be petrified. Thinking of this, he immediately activated the ancient palace. The 2 statues inside opened their eyes. When they learned about it, they were also shocked. Perhaps the most dangerous moment for the Nirvana realm had come. The 5 land immortals were the most nervous. The virtual immortal said, "I don't know who will be petrified." The fox immortal said, "Will they all be petrified?" As soon as these words came out, the Nirvana realm was shocked. Impossible, they prayed in their hearts. However, what happened next made them go completely crazy. That was because on this day, a mysterious eye had appeared in the sky. That eye's gaze was terrifying. The virtual immortal realized that he had actually begun to petrify. It wasn't just him. Master Rashi, Fox Immortal, Saber Immortal, and the virtual immortal all began to petrify. It was actually all of them. The Nirvana realm had gone crazy. Was this the price of the entire situation being wiped out? The Grand Supreme's face was gloomy. He made his move. Boom. The thunderous hand grabbed forward. It collided with the gaze of the immortal eye. Boom. Boom. It was earth-shattering. The universe was terrified. What happened? The Nirvana realm held its breath. The virtual immortal was even more expectant. Could the Grand Supreme save them? After all, the Grand Supreme was very terrifying. He was above them. An ancient voice came from the sky. This was an agreement. Are you going to violate it? The Grand Supreme snorted coldly. He said that he wouldn't stop the immortal eye, but he would use his own method. After saying that, the Grand Supreme no longer attacked the immortal eye. Instead, he formed a seal and used a secret technique. He first looked at the Saber Immortal. Instantly, the Saber Immortal's body trembled. His skin had already turned into stone. However, at this moment, he felt the Grand Supreme's gaze. Buzz. His soul shook, and he realized that his soul had left his body. This was too unbelievable. This was because the Nirvana realm had petrified experts, so they knew more about it. Once petrified, not only the body, but the soul would also be imprisoned, unable to leave the body. It was a very strange state. It could be said that death was better than living. However, he didn't expect the Grand Supreme to be able to pull out his soul. However, this process was very slow. The Grand Supreme's power was competing with the Immortal Eye's power. In the end, the Saber Immortal soul was pulled out. Whoosh! The Saber Immortal felt as if he had returned from the gates of hell. How many tens of thousands of years had he forgotten this feeling? Grand Supreme, save me! Master Rashi exclaimed. The others also shouted. At the same time, the people of the divine realm were also paying attention. When they saw the terrifying gaze, Lord Alcohol and the others were terrified. What kind of power was this? It was too terrifying. Lin Xian said, the power of the immortal. I once saw 3 land immortals petrified with my own eyes. The people of the divine realm were shocked when they heard that. In their eyes, land immortals were supreme existences. But now, they were petrified. It was too unbelievable. What exactly was the immortal eye? Lin Xian said, the immortal eye is very mysterious. This time, the Nirvana realm is finished. The fighting god said, don't be careless. The Nirvana realm's foundation is very deep, especially the Grand Supreme. He is unfathomable. I don't think he will sit still and wait for death. Chapter 63:28. The war god's words made Lin Xian and the others nervous again. Is the Grand Supreme really that powerful? The war god nodded solemnly. He's even more powerful than you think. He's unfathomable. No one knew what his true strength was. However, he was still injured in the last battle and had yet to recover. Therefore, this is our chance. We have to make a desperate counterattack. Lord Alcohol also nodded and said, while their land immortals are petrified, let's take back the other ancient cities. Finally, before attacking the eternal land, the divine realm began to move. They gathered their strength. Black Mountain arrived with the people from the heavenly court. The other great emperors also came with their subordinates. In an instant, the divine realm became extremely powerful. Their speed was very fast. They had to act quickly. If the otherworld heavenly king had any powerful trump cards, it would be troublesome. They had to catch them off guard and fight a blitzkrieg. The otherworld heavenly king naturally knew that they were mortal enemies with the divine realm. Now that there was an opportunity, the divine realm would definitely not let it go. However, the 5 land immortals had already begun to petrify. Stone veins appeared on their bodies. The Grand Supreme finally couldn't stand it anymore. He activated his secretary. This secret technique might cause his injuries to worsen again. However, he had to make a move. Using this secret technique, he pulled out the Saber Immortal's soul. The Saber Immortal's body was petrified, but his soul was able to escape. This gave the other four land immortals hope. They shouted frantically, "Grand Supreme, save me!" Their eyes were filled with excitement. The Grand Supreme took a deep breath and attacked again. This time, he enveloped the Essence Immortal. The Essence Immortal was extremely excited. Boom! The Essence Immortal's soul gradually left his body. However, at this moment, the power of immortality suddenly became stronger and struck down, causing the Essence Immortal's body to quickly petrify. He let out a scream. No. The Grand Supreme roared angrily. The heavenly punishment sword slashed down, cutting off half of the soul that had left. The Essence Immortal was in so much pain that he wanted to die. He almost thought that he was dead for sure. Half of his soul floated in the air. The Grand Supreme shot out a stream of immortal energy, causing the other party to fly out. At the same time, his face turned cold as he looked into the distance. The power in the immortal city suddenly erupted. Damn it, were they targeting him? The virtual immortal's body was completely petrified, turning into a stone golem. Only half of his soul escaped. The other half was still in his body. Apart from him, the other three Earth Immortals were also petrified. They were in complete despair. The Grand Supreme snorted, "Don't worry, it's just petrification, not death. If you can break through the stone physique and walk your own path, then your strength will reach that realm." After Master Rashi and the other two heard this, their faces turned ugly. Reaching that level was something that they could only dream of. However, they knew very well how difficult it was. To be honest, they didn't even have a 1% chance of success. "I'll send you off first. We've taken down many ancient cities, so we can't lose them. Go and suppress the ancient cities. Although you can't move now, you are still Earth Immortals. With you guarding the ancient city, you should be able to resist for a while." The Grand Supreme waved his hand, and the power of the heavenly punishment sword danced, taking these people away quickly. Master Rashi and the other two completely petrified experts were sent to the netherworld to suppress 3 ancient cities. As for the souls of the Saber Immortal and the Virtual Immortal, they flew to the heavens. There, they had also taken down a few ancient cities. Now, they had to guard there and restrain the divine realm. As for the Grand Supreme, he was gathering his strength again. He wouldn't sit still and wait for death. 2 stone golems who could move walked out. These 2 people were the ones who had been in the ancient palace. The one on the left was called Xian, and the one on the right was called Xian Ming. "I'll leave the rest to the 2 of you. You must restrain the divine realm and buy time for me. I want to sense where the group of people who were teleported to the river of time back then are now. I want to bring them back." The Virtual Immortal said, "Grand Supreme, should we guard against the Yuhua Immortal Dynasty? I'm afraid that they will suddenly kill us." "They probably won't. One of them hasn't fully recovered yet. However, I will intimidate the Supreme Palace. Then, go and form an alliance with them. If we win this battle, I will allow them to come to the land of eternity to feel the power of eternity." Yes. Xian and Xian Ming moved quickly. The entire Nirvana realm was facing a great enemy. They knew that the most critical moment had arrived. In the universe, the atmosphere was very solemn these days. It was as if there was a layer of dark clouds shrouding the surroundings. Everyone felt a sense of oppression. In the land of heavens, the atmosphere became solemn as well. Black Mountain looked up at the sky and muttered, "Dark clouds are pressing down on the city." It's hard to imagine that the Nirvana realm still has such courage. Indeed, in their opinion, the Nirvana realm was finished if the 5 land immortals were petrified. The Nirvana realm should be hiding or passively defending. However, they found that the Nirvana realm didn't. Even in the land of heavens, there was the aura of the Nirvana realm. It was obvious that the Nirvana realm was preparing to attack. They had to admit that the Nirvana realm was really terrifying and crazy. Lin Xian snorted coldly. The sword energy on his body soared into the sky. A dragon shadow tore the 9 heavens apart. The dark clouds in the sky were split in half. The oppressive aura was torn into pieces. Lin Xian stood in the sky. His 10,000 swords swept in all directions. he said loudly. The Nirvana realm is no longer a threat. This time, we will win. Lin Xian's voice resounded throughout the land. Everyone in the land of the gods was excited. They looked up at the sky. Although Lin Xian was only a great emperor at the early stage of the great emperor realm, in their eyes, he was a legend. Not only did he find 49 longevity fruits, but he also found the legendary immortal token. It was a miracle that he could bring all the people who entered the immortal city and come back alive. Therefore, this time, they would definitely win. In the sky, the fighting god also appeared. He was still sitting cross-legged. There were stone patterns on his body. However, he could move his hands now. At this moment, he raised them up high. He waved his right hand forward. At the same time, a loud voice was heard. Attack! In the next moment, countless figures rushed out from the Shangqing city. Their murderous aura soared into the sky. Everyone's eyes were filled with determination. These were all masters of the land of the gods. This time, they were going to launch a peerless battle. Lin Zhan stood in the sky like a peerless god of war. His eyes were extremely cold. He said, I feel the aura of the saber immortal. Last time, as a fighting god, he was killed by the saber immortal. Now, he wanted revenge. Crackling sounds came from Lin Zhan's body. His piercing gaze pierced through the 9 heavens and 10 lands. At the same time, he said, Xian bring people to the land of Juyo and take over the ancient city of Juyo. Chapter 63-29. The people of the deity realm had split up. They had sensed the presence of powerhouses in the Azure land. They were powerhouses from the Nirvana realm. They wanted to solve the problem here. At the same time, they wanted to conquer the 9 serenities. When Lin Xian heard this, he led his people over. Big brother Xian, I'll stay with you. Murong Qingqing also followed. However, the empress shook her head and said, No, Qingqing, you have other things to do. Take the Phoenix clan members with you. You have another mission. All right, I understand. Be careful, big brother Xian. Murong Qingqing stopped and turned to walk into the distance. There were countless Phoenix clan powerhouses there. The Phoenix clan was originally a great emperor clan. However, their princess had fallen and no one was a great emperor. It was only when Murong Qingqing became a great emperor that they regained their glory. Now that the Phoenix clan had joined the Divine Union, they naturally had to participate in this battle. They weren't the only ones. Even the Yi family had to participate in this battle. Apart from them, there was also the Gu family and many other ancient families. Their fates were already linked to the deity realm. Lin Xian had headed to the 9 serenities. Xueqi, Yi Wudao, and the others were also heading there. However, their goals were different from Lin Xian's. Yi Wudao led the Yi family and was responsible for intercepting and cleaning up some external enemies. As for Xueqi, she led the people of the Divine Union and cooperated with Yen Ruyu. There weren't many people on Lin Xian's side. There were only 7 of them. However, all 7 of them were great emperors. Some of them were even super great emperors. The strength of their team was unimaginably strong. There were also some people in charge of guarding the Upper Azure City. These people looked into the distance. They prayed in their hearts that they would win this battle. They had to come back alive. While the deity realm was on the move, the people of the Nirvana realm weren't idle either. Although the Earth Immortals were petrified, they had already arrived in different ancient cities. They had fused with the ancient cities to guard them. Not only that, but Xin Ming and Xin Yin had also left. Grand Elder shocked the Yuhua Celestial Dynasty, while Xin Ming headed to Supreme Hall. He wanted to form an alliance once more. He made a promise that when the people of the Supreme Hall won, they would be able to head to the Eternal Land. Their eyes turned red. The Land of Eternity, one of the 9 heavens and 10 earths. Legend had it that the Land of Eternity was 10% mystical. However, this place was completely occupied by the Permitha. No one else could enter. However, he did not expect the Grand Supreme to offer such a condition this time. Needless to say, Higgins' situation was extremely dangerous. All right, let's work together. Supreme Palace nodded. The Grim Reaper also set off with his men. Boom! Great battles broke out in an instant. The battle in high heavens was the first to begin. Terrifying divine fire swept out and enveloped the world as if it was going to tear the heavens apart. At this time, a streak of blade light pierced through the 9 heavens. It was unstoppable, even splitting apart the sun and moon. It was obvious that the battle between Lin Zhan and the Saber Immortal had begun. In the blink of an eye, they had broken through the chaos of the universe. Next, more and more people joined the battle. The entire universe was swaying in the wind and rain. They could feel a terrifying storm coming from the universe. That aura made them tremble in fear. Fortunately, they were all fighting in 9 heavens and 10 earths. Otherwise, if they came to their world, a single attack from those powerhouses would probably be able to turn their world into ashes. The people of 9 heavens were extremely terrified. Those who were weak had long hidden. In fact, they had even left the 9th underworld to avoid this battle. Those who were strong were waiting in ambush. They knew that this would be a fierce battle. In the end, one side would be defeated. However, it was very likely that both sides would suffer. At that time, it would be the best opportunity to reap the benefits. They wanted to fish in troubled waters. Whether it was the divine realm or the Permitha, as long as there was a chance, they would attack mercilessly. These people only had one goal, and that was to increase their strength. Therefore, 9 heavens could be said to be extremely dangerous. On this day, Lin Xian and the 6 great emperors arrived at 9 heavens. They quickly set off with only one goal, 9 Heaven City. 9 Heaven City was a very important ancient city. It had the mysterious power of 9 heavens and ancient veins. Back then, it was the Permitha that spent endless effort to occupy this city. Now, Lin Xian wanted to take back this ancient city. The Earth Immortal guarding 9 Heaven City was Master Rashi. Although he had been petrified, he was still an Earth Immortal. Moreover, he was an Earth Immortal known for his defense. Therefore, he merged with the veins of the earth and formed the most powerful defensive formation. In the center of 9 Heaven City, there was an ancient altar. As for Master Rashi, he was standing on the altar. He couldn't move at all. However, he said coldly in his heart, "No matter who it is, they can't break my absolute defense." This ancient city was the most powerful array formation in the world. Boom! As soon as his voice fell, a sword aura slashed over like a rainbow and hit the ancient city. Suddenly, countless lights flickered, the ancient city shook, and the sky fell and the earth cracked. The people inside were shaken until their chi and blood were in turmoil. What happened? There were countless experts in the ancient city. After countless years of development, the Permitha's strength and foundation were very terrifying. Although this time, 5 Earth Immortals were petrified, and even 49 peerless experts died in Immortal City. But even so, the Permitha still had many experts. Moreover, the Permitha had condensed a world-destroying heavenly punishment. At the same time, it also suppressed a group of Emperor-level experts. As battle servants, their expressions changed. These people's expressions changed drastically at this moment. Someone was attacking Juyo Ancient City. Master Rashi snorted coldly. They really don't know what's good for them. I want to see who it is. He activated the formation. In front of him, an ancient mirror was formed, reflecting the light outside. When he saw the situation outside, he frowned. It's this kid. When he saw Lin Xian, he immediately gritted his teeth. It was because of this kid that he was petrified. Otherwise, how could he be like this? He must kill him. Next to him was a man surrounded by a terrifying storm. He was a super great emperor. At this moment, he also looked at the scene in the mirror and snorted coldly. This is Lin Wudi, right? He is really arrogant. He only brought 6 people, and he wants to take down our 9 Heaven City? He was dreaming. Master Rashi also saw it. He realized that there were a total of 7 people, including Lin Xian. These 7 people were all Emperor-level experts. However, that wouldn't do. He said, "We should have formed an alliance with the Supreme Palace, right? Let them send experts over. This time, not only do I have to defend, but I also have to kill that kid." In 9 Heaven City, an expert walked out. The aura on his body was also incomparably powerful. This was also an Emperor-level expert. Beside him, when the Iron Blood Great Emperor saw this, a cold killing intent appeared in his eyes. He said, Leave this person to me. A bronze flag appeared in his hand. With a wave of his hand, it enveloped heaven and earth. The person in front was holding a long spear, a blood-colored spear. His body was filled with killing intent. Chapter 63:30. The man with the blood-colored spear was called the Blood Spear Emperor. He was originally an expert from the netherworld. He was forced to join the Nirvana realm in the apocalyptic divine punishment. At this moment, he was ready to fight. Behind him, a few more figures walked out from the ancient city. One of them had a wolf head and a human body. His claws were extremely sharp, flickering with a diamond-like light. This was the Black Wolf Emperor. He was a super great emperor, and he was at the middle stage of the transcendent emperor realm. He was very close to the late stage. When he appeared, the world immediately darkened. A terrifying phantom of the moon shrouded down. It was like a millstone that could destroy the world. The surrounding void kept shattering. On Lin Xian's side, the Red Feather Emperor's figure flickered and turned into a red goldfish. The vision of heaven and earth broke through the 9 heavens and blocked the phantom of the moon. He walked out and said, "Leave this person to me." "Then be careful," Lin Xian said. The Red Fish Emperor said, "Lin Gongzi, don't worry. My strength has increased greatly, and after returning, I haven't tested my strength yet. This time, let's start with this guy." As for the others, they also found their opponents one after another. Lin Xian took a deep breath. His gaze flickered on these people. He said in a deep voice, "I'll give you a chance. Submit and I'll spare your lives." The figures on the opposite side had indifferent expressions, and in the depths of the ancient city, Master Rashi's voice came. His voice was extremely low, and it was very vague. Obviously, he was not used to his petrified body, so he could not control his voice. However, one could still hear that he was angry. "Damn brat. One day I will make you suffer a fate worse than death." Lin Xian laughed out loud. "Suffer a fate worse than death? Isn't that your current state? How does it feel to be petrified?" Ha ha ha. Hearing this, Master Rashi was furious. He said, "Attack." Suddenly, hundreds of figures appeared in the ancient city. There was a terrifying light flickering in their hands. The laws of heaven and earth and the power of the formation condensed. They formed countless swordfish and flew over. There was a powerful killing intent on them, as well as terrifying corpse poison. Once touched, even peerless experts would be poisoned and have difficulty moving. In the following battle, they would be easily killed. Lin Xian snorted coldly and threw out a punch. They turned into 9 suns between heaven and earth, continuously crushing down. At the same time, the Red Fish Emperor and the other great emperors also made their moves. A great battle broke out in an instant, shaking the heavens and earth. Many mountains and forests in the 9th Serenity were instantly shattered. Some of the warriors who were hiding under the ground were also torn into a bloody mist. Run! Some of them were seriously injured and ran away. From the looks of it, they had to wait until the battle was over if they wanted to reap the benefits. Otherwise, they would be hit by the remaining power of this energy. He would most likely be severely injured and might even die. On the other side, the battle in Heavenly Land was even more terrifying. The battle between 2 Earth Immortals would definitely shake the 9 heavens. The Saber Immortal did not have a physical body. He was just an illusion of his soul. His saber technique was still as sharp as ever. He was an extremely terrifying existence among the Earth Immortals because he had cultivated a peerless immortal art. With a slash of his saber, heaven and earth were shattered. He said, "You must be the Battle Emperor from back then." "Humph. Do you still remember how you died back then? I killed you with a single slash of my saber across the endless void. Do you think you are my match? You are not at all. In this life, no, in the next life, forever, you will not be my match." The Saber Immortal soul let out a loud and clear voice. He was trying to disturb the other party. He even had an extremely powerful illusion technique in his soul. This was a psychological battle. After all, he was not in his peak state. He wanted to affect the other party's confidence. Lin Zhan snorted coldly. "It's useless. Your words are useless against me. My battle intent is unparalleled." After speaking, A terrifying bloodline sound came from his body. At this moment, he seemed to have transformed into a peerless god of war. He was unstoppable. The one who should be afraid is you. You are just a soul. You are not in your peak state at all. And I have already become a earth immortal. The gap between us is much smaller than back then. So, I will not lose this battle. And you will definitely lose. Lin Zhan snorted coldly. Stupid thing. The saber immortal roared angrily. You? Back then, the little ant couldn't even take one attack from me. Even today, I am just a soul. I am not someone you can withstand. After speaking, the two of them clashed again. It was earth-shattering. Everyone else retreated from the battlefield where the two of them were. No one dared to go near them. Battles were happening everywhere in the universe. They were all clashes between the divine realm and the Prometha realm. In Jiuyo, in front of Jiuyo Ancient City, a great battle had also started. Lin Xian's 9 sons crushed the rain of arrows. He said coldly, "Just with these?" In the ancient city in front of him, countless figures rushed over. Some of these people were not even great emperors. They were just sages. However, they also participated in the battle. All of them charged towards Lin Xian. Lin Xian frowned. The Prometha realm was really cruel. Those who were not great emperors were like ants in front of it. It could easily kill them. However, the Prometha realm still sent such people over. What was it for? It wanted to exhaust his strength? What a joke. Kill these people from the divine realm. Those people rushed over quickly. Lin Xian made his move. A sword split open the sky. The void in front of him shattered. This sword was like thousands of mountains descending. It was extremely violent and tore a path of blood. Countless Prometha realm martial artists fell and turned into a sea of blood. However, their souls and sea of blood were absorbed and condensed by the formation, forming an even more terrifying killing formation. It formed the Sword of Soul and the Hammer of Massacre. This battle was very intense. The sky and earth were dyed red. After the people in Jiuyo saw it, they were extremely silent. It was too crazy and too terrifying. No one knew who would be the first to give up. The battle between the Iron Blood Great Emperor and the Snow Spear Monarch was extremely tragic. The Iron Blood Great Emperor's body was penetrated. However, the Blood Spear Monarch's condition was not good either. Half of his body was torn apart and turned into pieces. On Lin Xian's side, it was even more terrifying. Countless martial artists, regardless of their cultivation, were charging towards him. Lin Xian's sword aura swept across. Myriad swords returned to origin rushed out from his body. Sword shadows appeared. At the same time, his fists attacked the surroundings. Anyone who came close to him was turned into ashes. However, at this moment, a super great emperor was charging towards him. Lin Xian turned around and threw out a palm. Great solar undying palm. This palm was dazzling, and it covered the back. It was a shocking battle. The power of heaven and earth shook. A destructive aura appeared. A figure retreated quickly, tearing the void apart. Her body was trembling. This was an old man. He was a super great emperor. However, at this moment, his palm was shattered. Blood was flowing from the corner of his mouth. His face was full of shock. She couldn't even take a palm from the other party? This young man was too terrifying. Chapter 63:31. Just you? Lin Xian turned around with disdain in his eyes. You're too weak. Then, he attacked again. The great solar undying palm caused the old man to vomit blood. The old man was furious. Junior, you've gone too far. He started to move his hands and formed a mysterious pattern. It was a bronze cauldron with 3 legs and 2 handles. It emitted a mysterious aura. As soon as it appeared, thousands of rays of light shone down like an umbrella and enveloped Lin Xian. Boom! Terrifying flames appeared on Lin Xian's body and formed a curtain of fire to block the rays of light from the bronze cauldron. The two collided and released a destructive force. Boom! At this moment, Lin Xian attacked again. His golden right hand exploded. It was refined with the Samadhi True Fire. His palm was extremely powerful. This palm, coupled with the great solar undying palm, was truly terrifying to the extreme. Boom! The old man's body exploded into a bloody mist, and he quickly escaped. This palm strike caused him to be seriously injured. If it wasn't for the bronze cauldron in front of him that blocked the fatal blow, he would have died. The bronze cauldron was already broken. The old man's heart was bleeding. Lin Xian snorted. Trash. The old man was trembling with anger. He was a super great emperor who was admired by thousands. But now, he was in such a sorry state. Damn it, Lin Xian sneered. So what if you're a super great emperor? I've killed many super great emperors. Clang. Another metallic sound was heard. The Black Wolf Emperor transformed into a huge demonic beast. Its claws were enough to tear everything apart. However, the Red Fish Emperor was even more terrifying. He had a fortuitous encounter in the Immortal City. Hence, he was able to force the Black Wolf Emperor back. He chased after the Red Fish Emperor. I'll let you see my true strength. The Red Fish Emperor's bloodline was even more terrifying. When the people from the otherworld Heavenly King saw this, their faces turned ugly. Not only was Lin Xian powerful, but the others were also much stronger than before. The situation was getting worse. Great, I've gained the upper hand. The Red Fish Emperor and the others chased after the Red Fish Emperor and started to counterattack. In another universe, the war was still breaking out. Murong Qingsheng led the members of the Phoenix clan into hiding. They were intercepting and killing the people from the other side. Higan had mobilized forces from all over the universe, and one of them had arrived near Murong Qingsheng. Murong Qingsheng led the members of the Phoenix clan to attack. Countless Phoenix phantoms soared into the sky, and in an instant, dozens of powerhouses in front of them were reduced to ashes. Damn it, it's the Phoenix race. Kill. Those people reacted and quickly charged over. Murong Qingsheng was very strong. She was surrounded by 3 great emperors, but she was not afraid. As soon as the immemorial Phoenix appeared, the 3 great emperors were sent flying. At the other side, Leaf Daodinier was also fighting. The phantom of the immortal king swept through the 9 days. Under the leadership of Gu Santong, the Gu clan was even more elusive. The crack in space was so close yet so far. Everyone was attacking with all their might. The people of the other side suffered heavy losses. Of course, God's domain also suffered losses. After all, the otherworld Heavenly King was extremely terrifying. The disciple of an Earth immortal killed several geniuses of the God realm. This person was called Yin Wuliang, and he was the disciple of an Earth immortal. At this moment, he was holding a green sword in his hand. His body was full of killing intent. She shouted coldly, "Ants of the God realm, prepare to die." He slashed out with his sword, and several more powerhouses were sent flying. This Yin Wuliang, he was really too strong. Do you dare to fight with me? Xueqi rushed out, and her body was covered in ice. She charged toward Yin Wuliang. Yin Wuliang's eyes lit up. What a beautiful woman. However, he knew that he was in the middle of a battle, and he was not in the mood to care about anything else. Therefore, he stabbed out with his sword. The arrow pierced through the sky and pierced through the ice in the sky. However, the ice was too thick, and it froze halfway through. Yin Wuliang retracted his hand, and the ice spread on his arm. What a terrifying woman. Xueqi slapped out with her palm again, and this time, there were countless phantoms of ice on it. Rays of light appeared and surged forward. Yin Wuliang waved his sword and circled around her. At the same time, he quickly retreated. I don't have time to tangle with you. After he spoke, he charged toward the other side. Their goal was to kill as many people of the God realm as possible. Where do you think you are going? Xueqi charged over, and wherever she went, she would freeze her opponent. There were many battles like this, and Lin Xian's side had already achieved victory. The 7 of them joined hands, and they were able to defeat the people of the 9 Nether Ancient City. The people of the 9 Nether Ancient City were forced to retreat. D*MN. Why did it turn out like this? The people of the Nirvana realm in the Ancient City were in despair. Could 7 people crush them? Master Rashi was so angry that he gnashed his teeth. D*MN. If he was at his peak, he would be able to kill all of them with a single slap. Even that D*MN Linwudi would be included. But now, she could not move at all. Everyone retreated, and quickly recovered from their injuries. "Don't go out for a while," Master Rashi ordered. Master Rashi ordered. His mission was only to defend the ancient city. "Come out if you have the guts," the iron-blood great emperor roared angrily. "Let's fight for 300 rounds, and I will surely suppress you." However, his opponent did not go out. The Black Wolf Emperor and the others were quickly swallowing elixirs to recover from their injuries. "No," the Red Fish Emperor also said, "if Lin Gongzi continues like this, I am afraid it will be difficult for us to take down the ancient city." Lin Xian smiled and said, "Don't worry, we will proceed according to our previous plan." "But is it really possible?" Master Rashi was very cautious. The Iron-Blood Great Emperor also frowned. He was very skeptical about the plan. Lin Xian said. He was very cautious, and it was difficult for him to take action. "However, it is because of me that he was petrified, so he hates me very much. And this hatred can be magnified infinitely. We will take advantage of his weakness. This time, he will definitely fall into our trap." "Okay, then let's begin." The Red Fish Emperor and the others nodded. Next, they attacked the city. The battle was very terrifying, but the array formation in Nine Nether City was very scary. With the Earth God as the guardian, it was definitely very powerful. Many turtle shells appeared around the ancient city. There were mysterious runes on these turtle shells. They attacked the city 3 times, but they did not break through the defense. Instead, Lin Xian and the others turned pale. Seeing this scene, the people in the ancient city heaved a sigh of relief. Fortunately, they were safe. Master Rashi snorted coldly. "What a joke. My absolute defense is not something you can resist." Another 2 attacks. Lin Xian and the others had consumed a lot of energy. They quickly returned. Finally, they retreated. The people in the ancient city heaved a sigh of relief. However, the Black Wolf Emperor said, "Should we chase after them? They don't have much energy now." Master Rashi shook his head and said, "No, we can't chase after them, but we won't let them go. We will send the Shadow Bats over to investigate their situation. If they are really weak, we will attack immediately." Soon, the 2 Shadow Bats flew in. These Shadow Bats merged into the void and disappeared without a trace. Even the Great Emperor might not be able to detect them. However, the corners of Lin Xian's mouth curled into a smile as he left. His Rinnegan was blooming with a mysterious light. "Is it coming? I'm afraid you won't come. The other party is about to fall into our trap." Chapter 63-32. Lin Xian and the others still looked very weak. "Don't let the people from the other side seize the opportunity. We have to return to our ancient city as soon as possible." The Red Fish Emperor said this in a low voice. However, the Shadow Bat that was hiding in the dark heard it. Their eyes lit up. However, they were extremely cautious and still followed. Along the way, they saw that Lin Xian and the others were indeed very weak. From time to time, they had to stop and swallow pills to recover. And once they recovered, they would use an array formation to defend their surroundings. Finally, they returned to their ancient city. This city was a small remote city. There were not many people inside, but it was the closest ancient city to them. When the 2 Shadow Bats saw this scene, they quickly discussed. One of them went back. They reported to Master Rashi. The other took the risk to follow them. The Shadow Bat that followed them pushed his bloodline to the limit and even swallowed a rune. There were ancient patterns on the rune. After swallowing it, his body completely disappeared. It seemed to have merged into the void. Just like that, he also entered the ancient city. The other Shadow Bat returned to Juyo City. He knelt on the ground on one knee and told Master Rashi everything. Master Rashi was silent after hearing it. However, the eyes of the others lit up. "Great. These people are really injured. That's for sure. We are injured, but they are safe and sound. How is that possible? Master Rashi, what should we do? Should we immediately kill them?" "Master Rashi, this is a great opportunity. Their ancient city is very remote. Its defense is definitely not as good as ours. We should gather our forces and take them down in one fell swoop." However, Master Rashi said, "Wait a little longer. Lin Xian has a lot of trump cards. He is also the descendant of the Great Dragon. Once we counterattack, we will probably be injured. But if we miss this opportunity, they will come back again, and we will be passive." The Black Wolf Emperor spoke again. Master Roshi thought for a moment and said, "As long as the people from the Supreme Palace come, we will immediately take action." 2 days later, the people from the Supreme Palace came. No land immortals came, but there were many Overlord-level experts. Both sides would cooperate. They would immediately take action. This time, they brought a large number of elites. It could be said that they were going all out. Not only did they want to defeat Lin Xian and the others, but they also wanted to seize the ancient city. It would be best if he could suppress Lin Xian and extract the great dragon sword soul from him. Boom! Countless cultivators attacked, and no one spoke. They moved very quickly, heading straight for Lin Xian and the others. The ancient city Lin Xian was in was called Spirit Movement City. At this moment, the city was incomparably quiet. Lin Xian and the rest had been silently cultivating, while the hidden shadow bat was waiting for an opportunity. When the time came, he would coordinate with the outside to destroy the formation. Boom! Finally, the Nirvana Empire's army arrived outside Spirit Movement City. Their overflowing aura swept over like an ocean. It collided with the Spirit Movement City's array, producing a sonorous sound. "Lin Xian, come out and accept your death." A loud shout resounded through the 9 heavens. At the same time, an even more terrifying aura appeared. "People of the deity realm, kneel on the ground and wait for death. You've been surrounded. You can't escape even if you have wings." Inside Spirit Movement City, Lin Xian and the others opened their eyes, a trace of panic appearing on their faces. What should we do? The Red Fish Emperor was anxious. Why did they send so many people? Damn it! Did they realize that we're not strong enough? The Iron Blood Great Emperor snorted. "We can't fight them head-on. Defend the ancient city. We have powerful earth veins and arrays here. They won't be able to break in." The hidden shadow bat transmitted the news through its bloodline. The other bat immediately reported this to the Black Wolf Emperor and the others. The eyes of the Black Wolf Emperor and the others lit up. "Great. The other party is indeed weak. Kill them." With an angry roar, they rushed over with endless power. "Defend! Defend!" The Iron Blood Great Emperor roared. Suddenly, the Spirit Movement City's array was activated. Layer after layer of light screens swept across the sky, forming a terrifying cage. They began to resist. The two sides collided again, and it was earth-shattering. The Spirit Movement City's array was shaken, but it still managed to block the first attack. It's ridiculous to only dare to defend passively. But how many times can you defend? The Blood Spear Emperor was proud. Last time, he was injured by the Iron Great Emperor. This time, he wanted to take revenge. He wanted to kill his way into the ancient city and trample the Iron Blood Great Emperor under his feet. The other Nirvana Realm experts also sneered. Spirit Movement City's defense was definitely not the same as 9 Nether Orange. 9 Nether City had an Earth Immortal guarding it. It could unleash the power of the ancient city to the extreme. However, there was no Earth Immortal in Spirit Movement City. Moreover, they were going all out this time. They continued to attack. The reinforcements from the Supreme Palace were also overjoyed. They didn't expect the mission to be so simple. After taking down this city, they would be able to get a lot of treasures. More importantly, if they could seize this opportunity to capture Lin Xian, they might be able to obtain his trump card. Thinking of this, they worked even harder. Boom! The first layer of the array was torn open. The Nirvana Realm experts were getting closer to the ancient city. The second layer of the array was torn open. The Black Wolf Emperor and the others advanced. They could already see Lin Xian and the others standing on the city wall. At this moment, Lin Xian's expression was extremely serious. The Red Fish Emperor and the others beside him also had serious expressions. Ha 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 ha. The Black Wolf Emperor laughed. He made a beheading gesture. He was extremely arrogant. Behind them, other experts came up to the city wall and said, "Lin Gongzi, everyone, we can't hold on any longer. Why don't we leave quickly? Where there's life, there's hope." However, Lin Xian shook his head and said, "No, the ground of this ancient city has just been excavated. My father said that there's a powerful and mysterious force under the earth vein. I must study it thoroughly. Who knows, I might be able to break through and become a super great emperor. Therefore, we must not leave. We must hold on. Don't worry, I've already sent a message to my father and the others. They will be here soon. Lin Xian's voice was still not loud. However, the shadow bat in the dark heard it. The bat's eyes lit up. He quickly used his bloodline to send a message. When the bat outside heard its companion's voice transmission, it immediately said, "Seat. Lin Xian is already asking for help. We have to hurry." The Black Wolf Emperor said, "Don't worry, Lin Zhan and the other Earth Immortals from the Divine Realm are all held back. They won't be here anytime soon. Therefore, we have a chance. Wait for me to kill my way in. I want to see what the Earth Vein and Spirit Movement City is." They became even more excited. Lin Xian's face became even paler. Of course, this was all an act. This was what he wanted. They were weak, while the other party was even crazier. Once the other party charged into the ancient city, it would be the end of these people. Chapter 63:33. The people from the other world Heavenly King swept across the area and kept breaking the array. Finally, there was only one array left. They were less than 10 meters away from Lin Xian. The Black Wolf Emperor said, "Kid, do you know what despair is? Once this formation is broken, it will be the time of your death." Lin Xian's face was ugly. He gritted his teeth and said, "Don't be arrogant. My father will be here soon. They're Earth Immortals. It's easy for them to kill you. Ha ha ha, so you're scared too." The people from the Supreme Palace frowned. Among them, there was a peerless expert called Gue Kanjia, who was surrounded by Yin Qi. He said, "Is the godly realm so weak? They were the victors of the immortal city. They couldn't be so weak. Could it be a trap?" To be honest, they were afraid that it was a trap. If they jumped in, there would be countless masters waiting for them. What should they do? The Black Wolf Emperor said, "Of course the godly realm isn't that weak. But they're too impatient this time. They started fighting in the heavenly realm, the 9 serenities, and the heavenly realm. They don't have that many people. Even if our Earth Immortals are sealed and can't fight, it's easy to defend the ancient city. Those Earth Immortals are fighting in the heavenly realm. They're attacking the city in the heavenly realm. They might even win." The Blood Spear Emperor said. The people from the Supreme Palace understood. Lin Xian's team was the vanguard. Lin Xian's team was too arrogant. They wanted to attack the city directly. That was why they were in such a predicament. They really didn't know what was good for them. Ghost Tooth sneered. In front of them, above the ancient city, Lin Xian was activating the array with all his might. Attack! They worked together and activated the array to the extreme. The people from the otherworld Heavenly King couldn't move forward. There were even a few people who were injured. The people from the otherworld Heavenly King looked terrible. The people from the Supreme Palace now believed that Lin Xian's team was indeed powerful. However, it was too risky this time. That was why they were trapped. "Damn it! How dare you injure my subordinate?" Gue Kanjia's face was cold. There were a few young people around him who had already been torn to pieces by the formation. He couldn't stand it. He wanted to capture the other party, pull out the other party's tendons, and rip out the other party's soul. Kill. Finally, a day later, the last layer of the formation was broken. Countless experts swarmed in like a tide. "Back off, back off." They went to the center of the ancient city. There was an ancient altar there, and they could use the last of the earth veins. Lin Xian shouted angrily. He waved his hand and quickly retreated with his men. "Kill. Surround them, and don't let any of them go." The Black Wolf King roared again and again. Even so, they were still extremely cautious. Could there really be some kind of trap here? However, they found that there was no such thing. At this moment, the shadow bat hidden in the ancient city also transmitted its voice. "Only these people. That's great." The Black Wolf Emperor and the others were overjoyed. All the experts entered the ancient city. When Lin Xian and the others saw this scene, they were secretly delighted. Great, they're all in? Then they could start the counterattack. Of course, they had to wait a little longer. When these people came near the altar, that would be the real killing move. They were even more afraid. Lin Xian even roared, "Everyone, follow me and break out of the encirclement. Where are you going? Lock down the surroundings and don't let Lin Wuti escape." Gue Kanjia roared. His eyes were red. Lin Xian had a lot of treasures on him: the Rinnegan, the Great Dragon Sword, and the 9 Yang Divine Body. Any one of them was enough to intimidate a party. If these great emperors could get their hands on them, their strength would be further improved. More importantly, Lin Xian cultivated the power of an immortal. If they could discover the secret of the power of an immortal, then they could easily become immortals on the ground. Finally, they arrived near the ancient altar. At this moment, there were only a few hundred people left on Lin Xian's side. There were only 7 great emperors left, including Lin Xian. The others were all quasi-emperors below the great emperors. There were even some supreme saints. Everyone acted as if they were facing a great enemy. However, their eyes were firm. They were ready to die. It's useless. Don't resist. You're no match for them. The Black Wolf Emperor and the others were murderous. There were too many of them, covering the sky and the earth. They were hundreds of times more powerful than their opponents. If they lost again, they would be too ashamed to live. Lin Wuti, you didn't expect this day to come, did you? Gue Kanjia sneered. The others were also staring at him. This Lin Wuti was a fat sheep. Lin Xian sighed. I'll give you a chance. Leave, because this ancient city has a powerful killing array. Once it explodes, you won't be able to resist. Hearing this, Gue Kanjia's expression changed. However, the Black Wolf Emperor sneered. Stop pretending. I know all your secrets. Come out. After saying that, the Umbra Bat appeared near Lin Xian and the others. The Shadow Bat said, I've been following you. I know all your conversations. There's nothing here, only you. So, you'll die for sure. The faces of Lin Xian and the others turned even uglier. The Black Wolf Emperor waved his hand and said, Attack. Kill the others and capture Lin Wuti alive. Kill. The experts behind him rushed over in an overwhelming manner. This was a good opportunity. Lin Xian and the others retreated again. The Black Wolf Emperor and the others laughed proudly. This time, if they successfully captured Lin Wuti, he would become a late-stage Supreme Great Emperor. At that time, he would only be one step away from becoming an Earth Immortal. The Black Wolf Emperor could already imagine the wonderful life that would follow. He could make a meteoric rise in his career. Now, the 5 Earth Immortals of the Nirvana realm were petrified. Once he advanced by leaps and bounds, he would definitely be valued. Perhaps, the Grand Elder would personally step in and guide him. Thinking of this, he couldn't help but tremble with excitement. Lin Wuti, so what if you're strong? Even if you gather the power of an immortal, you'll still die for sure. Everyone thought that Lin Xian was dead for sure. However, at this moment, Lin Xian waved his hand. Suddenly, endless light appeared around them. Terrifying power danced. The entire spirit movement city shook violently. Everyone was enveloped by this light. Some of the people in front were instantly sent flying back. Blood rained down from the sky. The Black Wolf Emperor and the other Emperor-level powerhouses stopped. Their expressions became extremely ugly. What was going on? What a terrifying power. What was this? Was it the power of the ley lines? It was an array. Damn it, there was a peerless array here. Everyone, pay attention to your defense. With an angry roar, the Black Wolf Emperor transformed into his true form. His huge body suppressed the surroundings. At the same time, the immortal chi on his body flew out to protect his subordinates. Boom, boom. However, at this moment, a shocking sound rang out again. Lightning cracked, and wherever it passed, countless powerhouses turned into ashes. Damn it, what the hell is going on? The Black Wolf Emperor and the others were stunned. At this moment, Lin Xian no longer pretended to be afraid. They all stood up, and the paleness on their faces disappeared. Lin Xian shouted, Nirvana realm, you're dead for sure. Chapter 63-34. It was actually a trap. The Black Wolf Emperor roared crazily. His expression became extremely ugly. Damn it, it was really a trap. The other party was plotting against him. He had actually been deceived. But that shouldn't be the case. He had already sent the shadow bat to lie in ambush here. What was going on? The Black Wolf Emperor stared at the shadow bat. The shadow bat also felt his scalp go numb. He quickly shook his head. You have to believe me. I definitely didn't deceive you. Everything I said is true. It's just that I might have been deceived by this kid. The Black Wolf Emperor and the others' expressions became even uglier. This Lin Xian's plan was really meticulous. There were no flaws at all. But so what? Even if there was a trap, they could still kill their way out. Because this time, they had attacked with all their forces. Not only that, they had also joined forces with the Supreme Palace. There were many experts. They didn't believe that they couldn't kill the other party. Kill, charge out, tear open the array, and kill that kid. Wasn't it just going to the array? We have many experts, so we're definitely not afraid. The surrounding people from the Nirvana realm and the Supreme Palace counterattacked crazily. However, they still underestimated the array. The array was not an ordinary array. This was the work of the Heavenly Cycle Master. Although the Heavenly Cycle Master didn't come, he still created many arrays. This time, Lin Xian brought these arrays over and fused them with the Earth Veins in Spirit Movement City. It formed a super powerful killing array. As long as it wasn't an Earth Immortal who came in, no one else would be able to leave. Because they would all die here. The surrounding people attacked crazily, but yes, they couldn't tear open the array at all. Instead, they would be killed by the array. A few quasi-emperors were instantly torn apart, and their blood dyed everything red. Not to mention them, even the great emperors were affected. Some great emperors' bodies were penetrated, and they spat out large mouthfuls of blood. Under such circumstances, it wouldn't be long before they died. Kill, kill, kill. The strength of the super great emperors was very terrifying. For example, Black Wolf Wang and Gue Kanjia rushed out. They actually tore open the array. That was great. These super great emperors laughed. Wasn't it just a mere array? It was nothing. It was as easy as flipping one's palm to leave. However, they soon discovered that it wasn't like that. The tragedy began. After they tore it apart, it became even more dangerous because there were even more terrifying formations appearing around them. The people standing in front of them were Lin Xian and the others. As expected of a super great emperor, an unparalleled expert, he could rush out so quickly. However, I have a big gift prepared. After saying that, Lin Xian waved his hand and countless lightning bolts flew out from behind him. This formation was called the Flying Thunder Formation. These thunderbolts were extremely terrifying. They sent Heilang and Gue Kanjia flying. The two peerless martial monarchs cried out in agony as their blood dyed the sky. They were beaten back again. For a moment, miserable shrieks rang out, wailing like ghosts and howling like wolves, making one's scalp go numb. The people from the Supreme Hall were even more miserable. This was because they had been too complacent before. In their opinion, this mission was very simple. However, who would have thought that things would turn out like this? In that instant, many of their experts had perished. Some great emperors had even started to fall. An earth-shattering sound shattered the void. Green Ghost Tooth roared crazily, "Gather together! Don't attack alone! Trash, don't run! What are you afraid of?" Some of the more cowardly ones were truly frightened. They quickly ran away. However, they were torn to pieces by the formation in an instant. At this moment, they had really gone crazy. It turned out that Lin Xian and the others weren't too arrogant. They had purposely tricked them and lured them into this beautiful killing formation. This kind of formation was definitely the work of an Earth Immortal. Despicable Lin Xian, I will never forgive you. Kid, once I catch you, I will make you wish you were dead. I will tear you into pieces. Green Ghost Tooth's vicious voice rang out. However, his voice was too loud. Lin Xian found him in an instant. "Oh, you dare to threaten me? Fine, I will take care of you." Lin Xian controlled the formation from outside. The Flying Thunder God turned into peerless thunderbolts and charged at Green Ghost Tooth crazily. Green Ghost Tooth was still clamoring at first, but he was soon beaten speechless. He had no choice. These thunderbolts directly paralyzed his body and even penetrated it. Emperor blood dyed the sky red. He was so scared that he didn't dare to say anything. However, his eyes were ferocious. He swore that as long as he could leave this place alive, he would definitely take revenge. He would pay back 10 times, even 100 times. The flying thunder god formation kept attacking and finally enveloped Green Ghost Tooth. Green Ghost Tooth's limbs were all broken. Even though he was a super great emperor with terrifying strength, he was on the verge of death. "No, you can't kill me," he said. "I am from the Supreme Palace. If you kill me, you will become an enemy of the Supreme Palace. Your deity realm doesn't want to have another enemy right now." Lin Xian huffed coldly. "Don't worry," he said. "I won't kill you first because I still have use for you." He waved his hand. The flying thunder god's sword pierced through Green Ghost Tooth's body and nailed him to the lightning cage. Green Ghost Tooth trembled. However, he was still alive, which meant that there was still hope. He could still negotiate with Lin Xian. However, the others were not as lucky as them. Even the elites from the Supreme Palace that Green Ghost Tooth had brought with him were dying one after another. Green Ghost Tooth's face was ashen. He knew that these people couldn't survive. The Otherworld Heavenly King's people roared crazily. They quickly gathered around the Black Wolf King and the others. "What should we do?" "Yeah, we've been tricked. Think of a way to escape. If we keep fighting, we'll definitely die. Defend first. When the formation's power disappears, we'll catch Lin Xian and break all his bones. Not only him, but everyone in Spiritual Dong Ancient City will die." The Otherworld Heavenly King's people roared crazily. They gathered together to defend. They were waiting for the formation to disappear. However, not long after they gathered, the flying thunder god formation stopped attacking. The lightning in the sky disappeared. Instead, it formed a huge lightning net around them, sealing off the area. What was going on? The Black Wolf King and the others were stunned. The Otherworld Heavenly King's prodigy said, "Is the formation no longer powerful? Great. Ha ha ha. So that's all it has. It's time to fight back. Let him suffer a fate worse than death." The Otherworld Heavenly King's people went crazy again. They wanted to attack. However, the Black Wolf King and the others frowned tightly. Is it possible that the formation has no power? Lin Xian and the others had put so much effort into setting it up. How could it be so weak? Sure enough, Lin Xian walked out and said, "It's boring to only use one formation. Next, I'll play something special for you. Don't you know about illusion formations? Next, not only will I kill you, but I'll also control your souls and corpses. Then, I'll drive you into Geo City. I'll use your power to kill Geo City. Isn't that a good plan?" Hearing this, everyone felt cold all over. The Black Wolf King's scalp went numb. Finally, he roared, "Despicable thief! You won't succeed." Chapter 63:35. Hearing Lin Xian's words, the people from the other side couldn't help but curse. There was nothing they could do. This plan was too vicious. If it really succeeded, then Geo City would definitely not be able to hold on. "If you have the guts, let's fight one-on-one. Aren't you Lin Wudi? Do you dare to fight me one-on-one?" A genius from the other side roared crazily. However, Lin Xian directly ignored him. He no longer needed to use a one-on-one battle to prove his strength. Over the years, several super great emperors had died in his hands. What did a mere young genius count for? Lin Xian was not moved at all. What should they do? Should they just let this kid do it? The people from the other side were in despair again. The Black Wolf Emperor's expression was ugly. "Let's fight to the death. Everyone, don't hold back anymore. Burn your immortal chi and release your divine fire. This time, if we can't rush out, we're really dead." Everyone nodded. They decided to fight to the death. However, as soon as they stood up, they felt dizzy. Even the Black Wolf Emperor's body swayed. The next moment, he roared, "Oh no, I'm poisoned. Everything is isolated." The power in their bodies erupted and directly shattered the void, trying to establish their own space. However, it was already too late. Lin Xian smiled. He waved his hand and the array formation opened. Thousand Illusion Array. It was also created by a heavenly circuit master. Combined with the power of the ancient city's earth veins, The power of this array formation could be raised to the extreme. Even a super great emperor couldn't resist it. Everyone felt the soul impact, and thousands of illusions appeared in front of them. Some people had already given up resisting and were laughing foolishly. Who am I? Where am I? What am I doing? They saw a dream scene. Some people realized that their strength had advanced by leaps and bounds, and they had become Earth immortals. They were so hot that they were drooling. Illusion. Everything was an illusion. The Black Wolf Emperor roared, "I will never fall for it." Break. His wolf claws tore the world apart, but then he was also stunned. The Blood Spear Emperor roared, and the sea of blood on his body surged. Although I'm not a super great emperor, I survived from slaughter. There are hundreds of millions of experts who have died in my hands. I will definitely not be affected by illusions. His blood sea was absolutely cold, but soon he was also controlled by the illusion. That's enough. Lin Xian heaved a sigh of relief. The Iron Blood Great Emperor still didn't quite believe it. A single formation could destroy countless powerhouses? Wasn't this too terrifying? Lin Xian said, "This is not an ordinary array. It was set up by a land immortal. Moreover, this land immortal is a heavenly master. Coupled with the power of the earth veins of the antiquity city, this was absolutely horrifying. Otherwise, if they were in another place, Fong wouldn't have been able to unleash such power." Lin Xian waved his hand and pointed at a few monarch-level figures, saying, "Iron Blood Senior, if you don't believe me, you can try." The Iron Blood Monarch took a deep breath and walked over. He landed a punch on the Wolf King's body. With a boom, the Wolf Emperor's body was pierced through. However, the Wolf Emperor didn't react at all. He was still smiling foolishly. His internal organs were all shattered. The Iron Blood Monarch took a deep breath. Fortunately, this heavenly master is on our side. If he was from the otherworld heavenly master, they probably wouldn't be able to resist at all. What should we do next? The Red Feather Emperor asked. Lin Xian took a deep breath and said, "Kill some of them and leave some of them alive. We must show the real output to convince the people in Juyo City. Let's do it." With that, Lin Xian and the others pulled out their sabers and attacked quickly. Lin Xian's immortal slaying sword kept falling and cutting these people's bodies open. Several great emperors died in his hands. Even some super great emperors died. Of course, there was still a portion of people who managed to survive. However, their bodies were also riddled with holes. Their white bones sparkled. When Gue Tsangya saw this, his body trembled in fear. Why was he still alive? Now, he felt that he would rather die, because he knew that Lin Xian kept him alive and let him see everything. He had no intention of letting him go. However, Lin Xian didn't care about him at all. The fear of waiting for the unknown was even more torturous. Great Emperor Kanjia almost fainted several times. Finally, the Iron Blood Monarch and the others stopped. Their faces were pale. However, they all laughed. "This is great. What a record." This time, most of Juyo City's forces rushed out. Plus, there were people from the Supreme Palace. There were definitely many experts. Such a lineup could wipe out everything. Only Earth Immortals could contend against them. However, they only relied on 7 great emperors and hundreds of martial artists below the great emperor level to completely resist them. They even killed their opponents. If they wanted to, they could kill everyone. The Iron Blood Monarch felt like he was dreaming. Lin Xian's body was spotless. However, the immortal slaying sword was dyed red with blood and emitted a demonic light. He said, "It's done. The first step is to kill most of their experts. Next, we can start the second step of the plan. This time, we will take over Juyo City." The Iron Blood Monarch, Red Feather Emperor, and the others nodded. They didn't have any confidence in this plan before. They even thought that it was very likely to fail. But now, they saw hope. Everything was going smoothly. Everyone started to move. Not long after, a piece of news spread from Spirit Dong to the entire Juyo continent. Did you hear? The team sent by Juyo City was completely annihilated. That's impossible. I saw with my own eyes that Juyo City sent out a large number of experts. How could they be completely annihilated? That's right. Spirit Dong City only has 7 great emperors, including Lin Xian. No matter how strong they are, they can't defend it. Even if there are experts hidden inside, it should be easy for the people of Joyo City to escape. At least they won't be completely annihilated. Yes, and it's said that there are experts from the Supreme Palace. I really can't think of any way that Lin Xian and the others can kill all these experts. Everyone didn't believe it. However, this piece of news spread more and more, making everyone suspicious. Until now, there was no movement from Joyo City. Could it be that they were really annihilated? Joyo City also received the news and was shocked. They quickly reported it to Master Rashi. When Master Rashi heard about it, his face turned ugly. Of course, he was now a stone man, so his expression couldn't be seen. However, he was extremely furious in his heart. It's over. If the entire team is annihilated, I'm really dead. Even if the deity realm doesn't kill me, Grand Supreme won't let me off. Quickly go and find out what happened in Spirit Dong City. I want to know what happened in Spirit Dong City. Send people to Spirit Dong City. A few experts quickly rushed out of Joyo City. On one hand, they wanted to find out more accurate information. On the other hand, they wanted to go to Spirit Dong City. The news of Joyo City's experts being annihilated spread like wildfire. Many people even planned to go to Lindong City to find out more information. Some great emperors and super great emperors were also suspicious. Did they really die? Did they perish together? That ancient city was ownerless. Could they fish in troubled waters? In an instant, the surroundings of Spirit Dong City were filled with all kinds of experts. Everyone's eyes were fixed on the ancient city. Some people couldn't wait any longer and were ready to start probing. However, before they could start, the city gates of Spirit Dong City suddenly opened. Chapter 63-36. Just as everyone was about to make a move, the gate of Spirit Movement City suddenly opened. Everyone jumped in fright. They retreated again. There were still people alive inside. Who was it? Was it the Otherworld Heavenly King? Or was it someone from the Divine Realm? They hadn't seen anyone yet. However, a murderous aura flew out from inside. Even these emperor-level figures who had lived for hundreds of thousands of years couldn't help but want to vomit from the smell of blood. How many experts had died here? Their expressions changed drastically. An elder said, "The battle is too tragic. Both sides are mortal enemies. It's very likely that they'll die together. Even if they survived, there wouldn't be many left." His words were meant to sow discord. Sure enough, as soon as he said that, the surrounding people's eyes flashed. They all wanted to make a move. However, no one dared to be the first to make a move. Boom, boom. Just as they were hesitating, a team suddenly walked out of the ancient city in front of them. These people were stained with terrifying blood. The blood was enough to pierce through the 9 heavens. It was emperor-level blood. These people were also injured. Some of them had white bones, and some of them had lost all their internal organs. Some of them even had half of their heads shattered. However, they weren't dead. Their bodies were full of murderous intent. Who were these people? Those in the distance looked up. Suddenly, someone exclaimed, "Isn't that the tall figure, the Black Wolf Emperor? He's not dead. Look at the other one. That sky-devouring snake. He's still alive." One after another, exclamations were heard. Everyone realized that these people who were still alive were all Joyo City's experts. They were the Otherworld Heavenly King's people. The Otherworld Heavenly King's people weren't dead. They weren't completely wiped out. If they came out alive, didn't that mean that Lin Xian and the others were dead? Oh heavens! Is Lingdong City going to be destroyed this time? They didn't expect the situation to turn around so drastically. Countless people were shocked. They didn't dare to make a move anymore. However, the Joyo City expert who was in charge of gathering intelligence rushed out. He went over and said, "Where are the people inside?" The Black Wolf Emperor said coldly, "Kill them all." "Lin Wudi is also dead?" "No, I captured Lin Wudi alive." Then, the Black Wolf Emperor waved his hand. His claws broke the void. Inside, there was a black cage formed by powerful demonic qi. In the cage, there was a young man with a pale face. It was Lin Xian. When he saw this scene, the expert finally believed it. After the others saw it, they also believed it. Lin Wudi's dragon sword spirit was so sharp that no one could imitate it. This person was Lin Wudi. He had been captured. The remaining 6 great emperors should be dead by now. The entire spirit movement city had been reclaimed. From now on, this ancient city belonged to the Permitha realm. More importantly, the great dragon sword soul was going to belong to Permitha. Countless people were envious. Someone finally couldn't help but make a move. His entire body was covered in black smoke as he quickly rushed over. Get lost. The Black Wolf Emperor roared angrily. Its claws tore apart heaven and earth, tearing that mysterious person into pieces. A miserable shriek rang out as that person's soul fled. The Black Wolf King roared, "Who dares? Do you want to be my enemy?" The expressions of the experts from Joyo City changed. The Nirvana realm has countless experts, including more than one land immortal. Who dares to make a move? I promise to destroy his entire family. Everyone was shocked. They didn't expect the Black Wolf Emperor to still have such combat strength after the battle. For a moment, they hesitated again. The Black Wolf Emperor and the others said, "There's no time to lose. We're not in a good state now. If someone really takes the risk and attacks us, we'll lose. That's not good. After all, this is the great dragon sword soul." "I understand." The expert who came to receive them nodded. "Let's hurry back to Joyo City." The group quickly set off. The Black Wolf Emperor waved his hand, and the cage disappeared again. They didn't see that the moment it disappeared, Lin Xian's originally pale face had a strange smile. Lin Xian wasn't really captured. This was the second part of their plan. The Black Wolf Emperor and the others quickly left. The news here spread. It turned out that the people of Joyo City didn't die, but Spirit Movement City was destroyed. The Divine Realm suffered a heavy blow. Countless people were in an uproar. This was completely out of their expectations. At the same time, even more shocking news spread. Lin Wudi was captured alive. The Great Dragon Sword Soul was probably going to change owners. Everyone went crazy. The Great Dragon Sword Soul, one of the 5 swords in the world, how terrifying and mysterious. Even if they didn't understand it before, after seeing Lin Xian's combat power, they had a deep understanding. Whoever obtained the Great Dragon Sword would obtain heaven-defying power. And now, the Great Dragon Sword fell into the hands of the Black Wolf Emperor and the others. At this moment, the other party still had to return to Joyo City. They were already on the way. This was their last chance. The battle between the Nirvana realm and the Divine realm didn't involve the Earth Immortals, and the Black Wolf Emperor and the others were already seriously injured. How much power could they exert? Attack. Joyo was also one of the Jotian City. This place had been passed down for too long, and there were countless ancient families and sections. There were even some hidden experts. Although a group of experts died in the last world-destroying divine punishment, there was still a group that was forced to join the Nirvana realm. There were also people who took the initiative to join the divine realm. However, there was still a group of people hiding. These people, after hearing the news of the Great Dragon Sword Soul, their eyes were terrifyingly red. They immediately took action. On the way back, there was a big battle. Many mysterious people appeared from all directions. These people were extremely powerful, and their auras were unfamiliar. However, as soon as they appeared, they charged towards the Black Wolf Emperor and the others. It looked like they were completely silencing them. Needless to say, they were here to snatch the Great Dragon Sword Soul. "You're courting death." The Black Wolf Emperor roared. The people of Joyo City also roared. They started a big battle. In the end, both sides suffered losses. They blocked the first attack. The Black Wolf Emperor's expression was extremely ugly. Why didn't they speed up? To be honest, the people who came to pick them up wanted to see the situation in Lingdong City. They wanted to admire how the people from the Divine Realm died. But now, they were in no mood at all. What a joke. If they lost the Great Dragon Sword Soul at this time, the Grand Supreme would probably slap them to death. Go, speed up. They moved forward quickly. At the same time, they sent a message to Joyo City. When they were close to Joyo City, the second battle broke out. This time, there were even more people. The Black Wolf Emperor and the others were all vomiting blood. They were even about to be surrounded. Once the battle broke out, the Black Wolf Emperor and the others would find it difficult to resist. Fortunately, they were already very close to Juyo City. Therefore, the people in Juyo City rushed over. At the most critical moment, they saved the Black Wolf Emperor and the others. There was a man surrounded by strong winds standing in the void. He formed thousands of tornadoes that swept in all directions. This person's name was Feng Xiao. He said loudly, "I'll let bygones be bygones. However, from now on, who will make a move? That person is the mortal enemy of the Nirvana realm. The Nirvana realm will hunt him down at all costs." Chapter 63:37. Feng Xiaoxiao's words spread all around. Immediately, the people that had attacked all retreated. It was as if they had never appeared. Feng Xiaoxiao snorted coldly. Then, she said to the Black Wolf Emperor and the others, "Come in quickly." The Black Wolf Emperor and the others quickly entered Juyo Ancient City. After entering, they finally heaved a sigh of relief. The people of Juyo Ancient City also rushed over and asked, "How is it? Are those people really dead? Was the Spirit Dong Ancient City really taken down? Was Lin Wudi suppressed?" They really had too many questions. The Black Wolf Emperor said, "Yes, everything is true. However, we are too badly injured. And this time, we also suffered heavy losses. More than half of our people died inside. Go and report to Lord Turtle Immortal first. We will rest for a while, and then meet Lord Turtle Immortal." "Okay." Feng Xiaoxiao nodded. She did not have any doubts. It would be abnormal if they could not conquer Lingdong City. After all, they had gathered a lot of heroes here. Feng Xiaoxiao quickly went to Master Rashi to report the situation here. The Black Wolf Emperor and the others exchanged glances. Some of them sat down cross-legged to rest. However, some of them disappeared in Juyo Ancient City. They went to destroy the array in Juyo Ancient City. No one noticed them because no one suspected them. When Master Rashi heard the news, he was so happy that he almost jumped up. Of course, he could not jump up now, because he could not move. But he was really too excited. Previously, when he heard that the whole army was wiped out, his heart sank. He thought that he was dead for sure, but he did not expect things to turn around. They actually won and even captured Lin Wudi. This was a great achievement. If he gave the Dragon Sword Soul to the Grand Supreme, would the Grand Supreme help him break through the petrification? Thinking of this, Master Rashi felt that he could not wait. He said, hurry up and summon the Black Wolf Emperor and the others." Feng Xiaoxiao quickly acted. Soon, the Black Wolf Emperor and the others were summoned. There were also some people who were not seen, but it was not important. As long as the Black Wolf Emperor and the other super great emperors were here, it was fine. The Black Wolf Emperor briefly explained what happened. Then, he said, "The people of the Supreme Palace are all dead. It doesn't matter." Master Rashi laughed and said, "He's not one of us. It doesn't matter whether he dies or not. Hurry up and release that Lin Xian. I want to see him." The Black Wolf Emperor waved his hand, and a cage opened. Lin Xian's figure appeared. When Master Rashi saw Lin Xian, his eyes immediately turned red. "It's really you." He could sense the aura of the great dragon sword soul in his opponent's body, as well as the mysterious power of the gods. It was definitely him. "Brat, you didn't expect that one day you would fall into my hands. Don't worry, I'll make you wish you were dead." Master Rashi gnashed his teeth. His current half-dead state was all thanks to the other party. "Where am I? 9 Nether City? Damn it. Hurry up and let me go. Otherwise, you will regret it." "Ha ha ha ha, Lin Wudi, I didn't expect you to be afraid. Don't think about it. Don't worry, we won't kill you. But we will make you live a life worse than death." Moreover, he had to live for the rest of his life. What do you think? Was he in despair? This is what you get for challenging our Higan. Master Rashi was very proud. Feng Xiaoxiao and the others also sneered. Although their land immortals were petrified, if they had the great dragon sword soul, then they could immediately turn the tables. Lin Xian sighed. "I think we can have a good talk. Actually, there is no need for us to meet in a life-and-death situation." Master Rashi snorted coldly. "Keep those words to yourself. We are mortal enemies. There is no need to talk. Either you die, or I die. Are you sure? Lin Xian continued to ask. Master Rashi was very patient. Anyway, the other party was here and couldn't escape. He wanted to tease the other party and enjoy the other party's desperate expression. Therefore, he kept threatening Lin Xian. However, Lin Xian was ecstatic. This guy is an idiot. I was thinking about how to prolong the time. After all, those people needed time to break the array formation of Nine Nether City. He didn't expect Master Rashi to be so cooperative. Finally, after dilly-dallying for a long time, Lin Xian heard a voice transmission. He knew that those people had succeeded. The array formation of Nine Nether City had been embedded with the array formation made by the Heavenly Circuit Master. When the time came, who would control the array formation here? That might not be the case. Lin Xian sighed. So there's no room for negotiation? That's right, kid. Give up. Have you experienced the taste of despair? It's only been half a day. You have to experience it for the rest of your life. Ha ha ha. Master Rashi finally laughed proudly. The other powerhouses of Nine Nether City also looked at him as if he was a dead man. Lin Xian said, I could have let you go if we had talked. However, since you are courting death, don't blame me. Kneel down and accept your death. Hearing this, the powerhouses of Nine Nether City were stunned. What is this kid talking about? The other party is about to die, yet he is still talking nonsense. Feng Xiaoxiao snorted. Stupid thing. After that, he waved his hand and a wind blade slashed towards Lin Xian. Clang. There was an earth-shattering sound. The wind blade did not hit Lin Xian. Instead, it was blocked by the Black Wolf Emperor. Feng Xiaoxiao frowned. Black Wolf, what do you mean? Are you protecting this kid? That's right. The Black Wolf Emperor nodded. Don't be rude to Lin Gongzi. Feng Xiaoxiao was stunned. Black Wolf Emperor, are you out of your mind? This is the enemy. What did you call him? Master Rashi also frowned. Black Wolf, what's wrong with you? He felt that something was wrong, but he couldn't tell what it was. Could it be that Black Wolf was being controlled? Was this a joke? Lin Wudi had this ability? He wouldn't believe it even if he was beaten to death. However, Lin Xian stood with his hands behind his back. The paleness on his face disappeared, and his eyes shone with a cold light. He said, Black Wolf, kill all the martial artists of Nine Nether City. Leave no one alive. Yes. The Black Wolf Emperor replied respectfully. Then, an extremely terrifying power erupted from his body. Suddenly, he waved his wolf claws and tore several powerhouses of Nine Nether City in half. Screams were heard. Feng Xiaoxiao and the others' expressions changed. You're courting death. He created a storm that swept towards the Black Wolf Emperor. Master Rashi also snorted. Have you betrayed us? Are you being controlled? Men, suppress these people. The remaining martial artists of Nine Nether City quickly rushed towards the Black Wolf Emperor. The Black Wolf Emperor roared. Other than him, the Blood Spear Emperor and the others rushed over. A great battle broke out in an instant. The Black Wolf Emperor and the others did not care about life and death at all. They were all fighting with their lives on the line. Therefore, Nine Nether City suffered heavy losses in an instant. Feng Xiaoxiao's expression was ugly. He roared, activate the array. No matter how strong the other party was, so what? This was their territory. In Nine Nether City, their array could suppress everything. Chapter 63-38. Hearing Feng Xiaoxiao's words, the cultivators of Jiuyo City regained their hope. Yes, that's right. This was their territory, and they still had a peerless array formation. They had an Earth Vein and an Earth Immortal guarding the place. They could launch a counterattack. These people once again had ferocious expressions. Little thing, I don't know how you controlled the Black Wolf Emperor and the others. However, you're dead meat. This time, when I catch you, I'll definitely pull out your tendons and skin you alive. Lin Xian snorted coldly. You still want to launch a counterattack? Dream on. Who owns the array formation here? Not necessarily. After saying that, he raised his sword into the sky. The terrifying sword energy transformed into a giant dragon that roared between heaven and earth. That was the signal to attack. In the next moment, countless array formations flickered in Jiuyo City. Resplendent light shot into the sky. The array formation was activated. Great, kill this kid. Tear him into pieces. The people in Joyo City were ecstatic. One array formation after another appeared, enveloping heaven and earth. In the next moment, screams rang out and blood mist filled the air. The people of Joyo City were killed by the array formation. Corpses fell from the sky one after another, dyeing the entire space red. The people who were still alive in Joyo City were dumbfounded. What's going on? Why is the array formation attacking us? Feng Xiaoxiao roared crazily. Idiot, the enemy is there. Don't attack your own people. However, it was useless. These array formations were still killing the people of the other side. Feng Xiaoxiao was dumbfounded. Oh no, is there a traitor in the array formation? Damn it, kill them quickly. He led his men and charged into the distance. Master Rashi was even more dumbfounded. In the past few days, his mood had been like a roller coaster. First, it was said that the people of Joyo City had been wiped out. It made him despair. Then, the people of Joyo City returned alive, and Lin Xian was captured. He was overjoyed. But now, Lin Xian actually controlled the Black Wolf Emperor and the others. He even controlled the array formation of Joyo City. This time, half of his heart turned cold. How could this young man be so powerful? This array formation is under my control. Could it be that a great emperor was qualified to challenge him? Even if I'm petrified and can't move, this kid can't challenge me. The martial artists in Nine Nether City were in a miserable state. No matter how strong they were, they couldn't withstand the attacks of Joyo City's array formation. Hence, they fell one after another. Even the martial monarchs could not escape from it. The entire ancient city was completely sealed off. Why? Damn thief. Why are you able to control the array here? I refuse to accept this. I can't accept this. Some emperors died in despair. Feng Xiaoxiao led her men and charged over. However, she encountered an attack on the way. The Black Wolf Emperor and the others rushed over without any regard for their lives, trying their best to stop him. F***CK. Feng Xiaoxiao raised her head and roared, Black Wolf Emperor, are you crazy? Aren't you afraid of being angered? The Black Wolf Emperor snorted. I only have one master, and that is Lin Gongzi. After saying that, he opened his arms and rushed over. A destructive power appeared on his body. Feng Xiaoxiao's face immediately turned green. She turned around and fled. Boom! An earth-shattering sound of destruction rang out. The Black Wolf King had fallen. Feng Xiaoxiao was unable to escape from this destructive power. He had perished together with his enemy. That's right. He died in a very aggrieved manner. Not only him, but the subordinates he brought with him also turned into ashes under this power. There was no other way. The Black Wolf Emperor was a super martial monarch. Moreover, he was in the middle stage of the supreme martial monarch realm. His self-destruction was definitely a disaster. A void appeared in Joyo City. There was an extremely terrifying power there, and no one dared to go near it. The people of Joyo City felt their scalps go numb. Their faces were filled with despair. Even Master Rashi's heart sank. He knew. He had been careless. He had fallen into a trap. All of this was a trap set up by the sacred realm. Step by step, they had pushed him into the abyss. Everyone, retreat and help me. Open up the ley lines completely. Even if I die, I can't let them get Joyo City. Master Rashi's voice rang out. The surviving Nirvana realm warriors frantically gathered at the center of the ancient city. Lin Xian slashed out with his sword. At the same time, he said coldly, stop them at all costs. The Nirvana realm warriors who returned from Lingdong City were all controlled by the Heavenly Circuit Master's array. Therefore, after hearing Lin Xian's order, they did not hesitate to carry it out. Moreover, it was the same method of mutual destruction. The Blood Spear Emperor sneered and rushed over. When he rushed to the front, his body instantly split open. The destructive power swallowed up a part of the world. In addition to him, Sky-Devouring Snake and the other experts all did the same. No, Master Rashi was in despair. No matter how strong the people of the Nirvana realm were, it was difficult for them to survive under this kind of mutual destruction. Sure enough, a large number of experts died. Both sides died together. In the end, one void after another appeared between heaven and earth. Master Rashi was not injured at all. When these destructive powers came to his side and hit him, they made earth-shaking sounds. However, they couldn't even break through his defense. It couldn't be helped. Even the super martial monarch's destruction couldn't hurt him. He was a land immortal. He was an existence that transcended everything. However, at this moment, he was petrified and couldn't move at all. He could only watch his subordinates die one after another. This feeling was unbearable. The void shattered, the earth cracked, and the entire Joyo ancient city was in ruins. And in this void, a sword light broke through. Lin Xian strode over like a sword god. He had the 10,000 swords returned to origin on him, isolating all power. He came in front of Master Rashi. When Master Rashi saw Lin Xian, he roared crazily, "Damn thief! I'm going to kill you. Kill you. Stop shouting. It's useless even if you shout until your throat breaks. You can't move at all." Lin Xian sneered. He came in front of Master Rashi and slapped him in the face. Clang! The void shattered. Lin Xian's arm was numb, and the golden light shook a little. He retracted his palm and said, "You're really thick-skinned." Master Rashi was mad with anger. He stared at Lin Xian. If he could move now, he would want to die together with Lin Xian. Lin Xian snorted and attacked again. His golden right hand struck out with all his strength, but it still couldn't shake Master Rashi. He took out the immortal killing sword and the great dragon sword spirit. It was useless. As expected of a land immortal, an existence that transcended everything. He attacked with all his strength, but it was difficult to break through Master Rashi's defense. Now that he thought about it, it was a miracle that he could come back alive after offending so many land immortals in the immortal city. Of course, he had the 3 true fire at that time. It would be great if he could take it out. However, it wasn't very realistic. Although he couldn't do anything to Master Rashi now, Master Rashi couldn't do anything to him either. More importantly, except for Master Rashi, all the other Nirvana Realm powerhouses in Joyo City were dead. Joyo City was about to change hands. Lin Xian looked at Master Rashi and said with a smile, "From now on, Joyo City belongs to me." Chapter 63-39. Master Rashi was filled with hatred as he cursed loudly. After becoming an Earth Immortal, he was the ruler in everyone's eyes. When had he ever been angry? But now, he really didn't care about his image anymore. Not only did he curse, but he also wanted to bite the other party to death. However, it was useless. He couldn't move. Lin Xian slashed at the other party twice more before turning around and opening the gate of Joyo City. Outside, the Red Feather Emperor, the Iron Blood Emperor, and the others rushed in. After entering, they looked at the scene in Joyo City and were dumbfounded. Was it really all destroyed? Lin Xian nodded. That's right, they all died together. It seemed that Joyo City couldn't be used for the time being. However, it didn't matter. Although the ground was destroyed, most of the earth veins underground were still there. It was still a mysterious ancient city. Where was that Earth Immortal? The Iron Blood Emperor asked. Was he also killed? Lin Xian shook his head. That guy was too thick-skinned. I couldn't hurt him. However, he couldn't move. I have to think of a way to trap him. I can't let him use the earth veins anymore. Follow me. Lin Xian waved his hand and led the group towards the center of the ancient city. Soon, they saw Master Rashi. The Red Feather Emperor and the others were shocked. The entire Joyo City was about to be destroyed. However, the Earth Immortal was fine. It had to be said that the Earth Immortals really surpassed everything. Fortunately, they had Zhou Tianchu's array formation and Lin Xian's arrangement this time. Only then could they easily take down Joyo City. Otherwise, if they were to attack head-on, they probably wouldn't be able to take it down even in 100 years. None of them died. When the Earth Immortal saw the Iron Blood Emperor and the others, he was so angry that he almost vomited blood. These were all people from the Divine Realm, but they were all still alive. In other words, they had completely failed. Lin Xian snorted coldly. Are you desperate? Regret it slowly. But don't worry, I can tell you. Although you are the first to fail, you are definitely not the only one. I will defeat the next few Earth Immortals one by one. Damn thief, I'm not convinced. How did you control the Black Wolf Emperor and the others? With your Rinnegan, you can't do it. Indeed, although the Rinnegan was a good thing, Lin Xian's cultivation was far from that of the Black Wolf Emperor. Not to mention that Lin Xian had controlled more than one super great emperor. There were several of them. Lin Xian smiled. It doesn't matter if I tell you. Taoist Master, do you know? You should have some understanding of the array formation of a heavenly master at the level of an earth immortal, right? After Master Rashi heard this, his expression became extremely unsightly. You mean the person who walked out of Immortal City? He really did join you. Damn it. What exactly did you do in Immortal City? I can't believe that he would take such good care of you. What kind of kindness was it to let an earth immortal attack consecutively? No matter how hard Master Rashi tried, he couldn't understand. Take your time to think about it. Lin Xian ignored the other party and joined forces with the others. He took out the great dragon sword soul, and a dragon-shaped sword shadow continuously sank into the ground. He wanted to cut off the connection between Master Rashi and the ley lines. Roar! The great dragon's sword soul roared again and again, and an invincible power erupted, tearing the ground apart. Next, Lin Xian took out a few more array flags and placed them in the middle. They bloomed with a mysterious light, completely enveloping Master Rashi. Master Rashi originally wanted to use the ley lines. However, after feeling the power of this array formation, he was once again in despair. It was that Taoist master's item. In the array formation of an earth immortal, it would be difficult for him to resist. Therefore, he could only watch helplessly as he was enveloped. He was completely isolated, unable to send any messages or mobilize the ley lines. After doing all this, Lin Xian heaved a sigh of relief. All right, this guy is not in danger for the time being. Although I can't kill him, I can't escape either. Watch him carefully. When I find a way to hurt him, I'll make a move on him. A hint of coldness appeared in Lin Xian's eyes. Next, they began to clean up the battlefield. It had to be said that the previous battle was really tragic. The method of mutual destruction caused the great emperor's footprints and extreme weapons to all shatter. Some of the treasures in Joyo City were also reduced to ashes. However, forget it, the ley lines were still there. Lin Xian and the others opened a few places to recover their strength. At the same time, they changed the totem above Joyo City to their divine realms. The people outside were still waiting. Some super great emperor's eyes were red. If they moved faster, they might be able to snatch the great dragon sword soul. They didn't know if the people in Joyo City had taken back the great dragon sword soul in Lin Xian's body. That Lin Wudi was also dead for sure. Yes, he had swept through the starry sky for hundreds of years. He was a genius of his generation and his name shook the world. However, in the end, he still fell. He was too arrogant. How could he offend a colossus like the Heavenly King? This time, the divine realm was bound to lose. All kinds of discussions could be heard. On this day, they were stunned, because they found that Joyo City suddenly shook violently. Countless destructive forces erupted, and one shocking pillar of light after another pierced through heaven and earth. Then, the entire Joyo City was covered in blood rain. Heaven and earth mourned, and all kinds of heaven and earth phenomena appeared. The people in Joyo City were stunned. There was only one reason for such a phenomenon, and that was the death of a great emperor. The blood rain continued, and all kinds of terrifying scenes made them understand that this wasn't the death of a great emperor. Many great emperors died at the same time. Oh heavens, what's going on? The great emperors in Joyo City were dying. What was going on? At this moment, everyone trembled in fear. They wanted to investigate it first, but now they didn't have any ideas. They were all waiting. On this day, they found that the totem of Joyo City had changed. This was the totem of the divine realm. What was going on? Could it be that Joyo City had changed owners? That's not right. Wasn't Lin Wudi captured? Shouldn't he be waiting for death? How could he have occupied Joyo City? Everyone was dumbfounded. At this moment, Lin Xian stood above Joyo City. He circulated his power and said loudly, "From now on, Joyo City belongs to the divine realm. Anyone who trespasses will be killed without mercy." It really belonged to the divine realm. This was impossible, right? The people in Joyo City were shocked. What had happened? A white crane was flying. It was Master Shun, an earth immortal. His appearance made countless people salute him. Lin Xian also said, "Senior, are you going to trespass Joyo City?" Master Shin snorted and said, "Junior, who allowed you to talk to me like this? Let me ask you, what happened in Joyo City? How did you get out of trouble? How did you occupy Joyo City?" Lin Xian said coldly, "No comment. But I can warn you that if you enter Joyo City, you will be responsible for the consequences." With that, he waved his hand, and the golden hand grabbed into Joyo City. Then, countless corpses were thrown out. These corpses were all broken, but they were all powerhouses of the Nirvana realm. These were the corpses of great emperors. God, there were also super great emperors. Black Wolf Emperor, Sky-devouring Snake. They were all dead, and they died so miserably. At this moment, everyone trembled. Looking at the scene in front of them, everyone was scared out of their wits. Their bodies trembled. Those were countless powerhouses, so many super great emperors. But now, they were all dead. More importantly, it was said that there was an Earth Immortal in Joyo City. Where was the Earth Immortal? Could it be that he was also dead? Thinking of this possibility, they were even more scared. Who did it? It was definitely not Lin Wuti. He didn't have such powerful strength. Could it be that the Earth Immortal of the God Realm sneaked into Joyo City? Master Shun's face also changed. He took a few steps back and didn't dare to go any further. If he went in and was attacked, he might be killed. "Senior, take care. I won't see you off," Lin Xian said with a smile. Master Xian gritted his teeth, but in the end, he turned his head and left. When the news spread out, the entire Joyo City was in an uproar. Countless voices of discussion and shock came. At the same time, the news also spread to all the worlds in the universe. For a moment, all the worlds in the universe were in an uproar. Unexpectedly, in the battle between the Nirvana realm and the God realm won the first battle. Moreover, it was an overwhelming victory. The God realm actually captured an ancient city. When the people of the God realm heard the news, they were so excited that they trembled. They really couldn't believe it. After all, there were only a total of 7 people who went to Joyo City. 7 people took down an important ancient city. It was really like a dream. Invincible! Invincible! They raised their arms and shouted. Originally, in the battle with the Nirvana realm, they were covered in scars, their faces were pale, and their auras were weak. But at this moment, they were so excited that their blood was boiling, and the fighting spirit that had disappeared was restored again. Kill the Nirvana realm. Lin Wuti and the others could take down an ancient city with 7 people. "We have so many people. Can't we kill them?" Everyone shouted angrily and charged towards the Nirvana realm. The people of the Nirvana realm felt their scalps go numb. Damn it, what's going on? Joyo City was completely wiped out? What about Master Rashi? Is he also dead? They were almost desperate. Their morale dropped to the extreme. He was being pressured and beaten. Soon, some people fell and died. When Lord Alcohol heard the news, he looked up to the sky and laughed. "Good, as expected of my disciple. It seems that I'm really old. I didn't expect that after so long, I still haven't taken down the city in front. It seems that I have to go all out." With an angry roar, he executed the devouring sword to the extreme. Everyone, kill. They charged forward crazily. The city in front was guarded by Ghost Immortal. Ghost Immortal was also petrified. He resisted with all his might. The battle started again. Heavenly Land, Shangqing City. Many people were guarding this city. After all, this city was their current foundation. They absolutely couldn't allow anything to happen to it. For the time being, no one came to attack the city. But everyone was extremely anxious. They didn't know how the battle in the distance was going. How was the battle between Lin Zhan and Saber Immortal? Did Lord Alcohol and the others succeed? As for the others, were they still alive after the battle with the Nirvana realm? Especially Lin Xian. Could his team of 7 sneak attack on Joyo City to restrain the other party? At this moment, a piece of news flew over. A thunder dragon was sent over. This thunder dragon was tens of thousands of feet tall. It roared as it flew. Lin Wuti took down Juyo City. All the Nirvana realm warriors in the city were wiped out. A loud voice resounded in all directions. The people in Shangqing City were stunned. Then, they were overjoyed. They sensed that the Thunder Dragon was the aura of the great dragon sword soul. This was a message sent by Lin Xian. Heavens, he took down an ancient city. Furthermore, he had killed all of the experts. What kind of battle record was this? Invincible. Invincible. They all raised their arms and cheered. The people in Shangqing City were extremely excited. Juyo City, the second ancient city. Lord Alcohol became more and more courageous as he fought. The devouring sword swallowed the sky and the earth. It was about to swallow the entire ancient city. The ancient city was surrounded by ghost aura. It was like a ghost city, resisting the devouring light. At the same time, all kinds of array defenses were set up. Lord Alcohol roared at the sky. Old ghost, you are also a land immortal. Now that you are hiding, do you dare to come out and fight? Don't make me look down on you. Ghost Immortal was so angry that he vomited blood. Go out and fight? This is too much. He was petrified. He couldn't move a finger. He couldn't walk out at all. He could only resist with a dark face. Juyo City was gone, but his ancient city had to be defended. Nine-sword deity, just you wait. When I break through, I will definitely be the first to kill you. Ghost Immortal's cold voice sounded. Lord Alcohol laughed out loud. I'm afraid you won't be able to break through in this lifetime. With that said, he continued to lead his people to attack. When the news reached the other side, the people there were dumbfounded. Juyo City was destroyed? Impossible. With so many experts and an alliance with the Supreme Palace, how could it be destroyed? Even if they defended, they could at least defend for a few hundred years. But now, in such a short time, they were all wiped out. Damn it, what's going on? That trash Master Rashi. Xian Yin gritted his teeth. Although he was also a stone man, in his opinion, guarding a city was not difficult at all. Could it be that Master Rashi had betrayed them? Impossible. He definitely wouldn't dare. There must be something fishy. They hurriedly sent people to Juyo City to investigate. But there was no news at all. Juyo City was too strange. They only knew that it was Lin Xian and the others who did it. It was that kid. Let's find an opportunity to kill him. Lin Xian had the power of an immortal, and the great dragon sword soul was indeed a potential threat. I directly attacked Juyo City. Xianin left from the other side and charged towards Juyo City. The speed of an earth immortal was extremely fast. After arriving at Juyo City, he instantly rushed towards Juyo City. Along the way, the sky collapsed and the earth cracked. Countless people were terrified. Heavens! A peerless expert had arrived. Master Shun and the other Earth Immortals were also horrified. They were petrified. An Earth Immortal was actually so terrifying. It was an expert from the other side. The other side was indeed terrifying. Other than the 5 Earth Immortals, there were actually other Earth Immortals. Boom! After Xianin arrived, his gaze turned into 2 bolts of lightning, streaking across the sky and landing directly on Juyo City. It caused 1,000 layers of wind and clouds. Juyo City shook violently. The surrounding array was constantly shattering, unable to withstand this power. In the city, the faces of Lin Xian and the others changed. Master Rashi, on the other hand, laughed loudly. Great, an expert from the other side has arrived. Kid, can you withstand the attack of an Earth Immortal? Wait, your time of death has come. Not good, what should we do? The faces of the Iron Blood Great Emperor and the others turned ugly. They really couldn't withstand it. Don't worry, I've already thought of a countermeasure. Lin Xian was very calm. He took out an array flag and said to the void, Senior, it's up to you now. Within the array flag, a spatial array appeared, and a figure walked out from it. It was Zhou Tianshi. After Zhou Tianshi came out, the Great Sky Divination Array instantly covered the entire ancient city. The city quickly merged with the veins of the earth. Suddenly, the power of the Great Sky Divination Array erupted, sweeping across the world. Chapter 63:40. The battle between the two Earth immortals tore apart heaven and earth. In Joyo, countless people trembled in fear. They looked into the distance. Was there another battle in Joyo Ancient City? It was really surging with wind and clouds, full of changes. What was the result of the battle? Outside the ancient city, a stone man stood there. It was Xianyin. His face was extremely ugly. Just now, he clearly felt that Joyo Ancient City was shaking violently, and the city gate was about to open, because the people inside couldn't withstand his power at all. However, in the next moment, a super array shrouded the city, and the chi of heaven and earth blocked his attack. This was the power of an earth immortal. Who was it? Did Master Rashi betray him? He could feel Master Rashi's aura. He wasn't dead. No, this wasn't Master Rashi's power. This was the power of an array master. The divine realm had such a terrifying array master? Impossible, right? This level should be a heavenly master. But weren't all heavenly masters killed by a mysterious force? How could a normal heavenly master still be alive? Your Excellency, who are you? Xianyin shouted coldly. In Joyo Ancient City, Zhou Tianchu's figure appeared. He looked forward and said coldly, "Go back. From now on, I will be in charge of this ancient city. You can't attack at all." Xianyin didn't believe it. He attacked a few more times, but it was to no avail. Good, very good. Just you wait. This time, the otherworld heavenly king may have suffered a loss, but we will definitely pay you back 100-fold. And that, Lin Wudi, just you wait. Unless you don't come out of Joyo Ancient City for the rest of your life. Otherwise, if you come out, I will kill you immediately. A cold voice spread throughout the world. Everyone in Joyo Ancient City was shocked, and the entire Joyo Ancient City was terrified. Was Lin Wudi targeted by an Earth Immortal? His ending would probably be very miserable, right? Lin Xian's face was cold, but he didn't say anything. However, he also decided that after the other party left, he would also leave. He would leave Joyo Ancient City and go to the battlefield to kill enemies. He wanted to ruthlessly slap the other party's face. After Xianyin left, Lin Xian said to Zhou Tianchu, "Senior, can you give me some space arrays? I want to leave here. I only have 3 space arrays here. The others can't avoid the attack of an Earth Immortal." 3? Huh? That was enough. Lin Xian took the 3 jade pendants, crushed them, and instantly teleported him away. Lin Xian came to the battlefield for the first time and found the Crimson Dragon. The Crimson Dragon was fighting alongside Leaf Daodinier and the others against Permitha. Seeing Lin Xian coming, he was stunned at first, and then said, "Boy, did you really destroy the whole 9th Serenity City?" Lin Xian nodded and said, "That's right. Next, I want to destroy even more Nirvana Realm warriors. Stay with me." Originally, the battle between the two sides was very intense. However, after Lin Xian arrived, he immediately turned the situation around. The great dragon sword spirit burst forth, and everyone's strength gathered in this sword. The sword slashed the heavens and the earth, and a void appeared in front of him. The experts of the Nirvana realm were reduced to ashes under this sword. As for the emperors, they fled in fear. A few of them didn't manage to escape in time and were crushed into a bloody mist. Damn it, this is the power of the great dragon sword soul. Damn it, it's Lin Wudi. They couldn't resist this power and could only retreat to avoid it. Where do you think you're going? Lin Xian roared, "Give me your power." He urged the great dragon sword soul with all his strength and gripped the sword with both hands. His hands had been tempered by the Samadhi True Fire, so they could withstand great pressure. The great dragon sword soul absorbed everyone's strength, becoming more and more terrifying. The dragon roared, and the souls of everyone in the universe trembled. The people of the Nirvana realm were in despair. They couldn't resist at all. Unite! The super emperors roared and gathered together. However, they were still sent flying. The super emperors spat out mouthfuls of blood, severely injured. The others were reduced to ashes. After the sword, Lin Xian's face was pale. Behind him, the Crimson Dragon, Leaf Daodinier, and the other experts of the God realm were also drained of energy. The great dragon sword soul was too terrifying. It also consumed a shocking amount of energy. However, The results made them ecstatic. The enemy was completely defeated. The top experts were severely injured and didn't have much combat strength left. The others were dead. Their side could be considered to have won the battle. Die. However, at this moment, a cold voice sounded between heaven and earth. Immediately after, a gaze pierced through heaven and earth, carrying the power of an earth immortal, and charged towards Lin Xian and the others. Lin Xian and the others swayed like duckweed in the wind. Leaf Daudinier's expression changed drastically. Not good. It's an earth immortal's attack. The Crimson Dragon and the others' faces turned green. Were they going to be wiped out? Because no one could withstand this attack. Even if they activated the Great Dragon Sword Soul again, it wouldn't work. Because they were out of strength. Go. Lin Xian sneered and crushed the second jade pendant. The power of space instantly enveloped them and they disappeared. In the next moment, the gaze pierced through heaven and earth, but it didn't hurt anyone. Are they all gone? How is that possible? The Heavenly Master's array. It's that Heavenly Master. I won't let you off. In the distant void, Xian Yin roared crazily. He swept his gaze again, searching for Lin Xian's traces. Since that little thing had already left Juyo Ancient City, he would definitely not let him return alive. When Lin Xian and the others appeared again, they had already arrived at another battlefield. This was the battlefield of Morong Qingqing, Yin Ruyu, and the others. Were they saved? Yi Wudao and the others heaved a sigh of relief. The Crimson Dragon was shocked. What a terrifying array. Is this the Heavenly Master? I want to worship him as my master. The Crimson Dragon was so excited that he almost jumped up. In front of him, Morong Qingqing and the others were happy. Brother Xian, you're here. Lin Xian nodded. Together, they activated the Great Dragon Sword Soul. This time, just like before, they poured all their power into the Great Dragon Sword Soul. A sword slashed heaven and earth. A sword broke the stars. A sword shocked ghosts and gods. After 3 swords, countless powerhouses in front of them were turned into ashes. The second battle was won. Everyone's strength was exhausted again. At this time, the killing intent of Xian Yin swept over again. All of you, die. This time, his power was even more terrifying, like raging waves hitting the shore. In addition to his gaze, there was also a terrifying voice. It directly sealed off an area of heaven and earth. He absolutely would not allow the other party to teleport away again. This aura, everyone in the universe felt it. Their faces were filled with shock. Lin Wudi should be dead for sure. The expressions of the Golden Lion King and the others changed drastically. Not good. The situation is critical. However, Lin Xian still dodged. He used the last jade pendant and disappeared. When he reappeared, he brought everyone back to Juyo Ancient City. Lin Xian said, "You're a land immortal, but you're not that good? You can't kill me twice. You're so weak." As soon as these words came out, the outside world was shocked. Lin Wudi actually came back alive and escaped the pursuit of land immortals twice. He was too heaven-defying. Chapter 63-41. Lin Xian openly challenged an Earth Immortal, and he even succeeded. This really shocked the entire universe. For a moment, countless young people were excited. Is this Lin Wudi? So powerful. Lin Wudi is the idol I have been pursuing all my life. I want to become his follower. Those young geniuses were unconvinced by the heavens and the earth, but at this moment, they only admired Lin Xian. That's right. What are the other geniuses? So what if they became great emperors? Only people like Lin Wudi are the true peerless geniuses. I want to know, which great emperor can come back alive after challenging an Earth Immortal? Lin Wudi did it, and he did it twice. The young geniuses of the universe went crazy. The older generation figures were even more shocked. This kid is amazing. Who else could suppress him? However, there were also people who snorted coldly. He only relied on some arrays to leave. These arrays aren't his. Just wait. The Earth Immortals won't let this go. Once they find an opportunity, this Lin Wudi will definitely suffer a fate worse than death. Lin Wudi, come out and fight if you have the guts. What invincible? You don't deserve this title at all. The geniuses on the other side began to clamor crazily. They only had one goal, which was to anger Lin Xian and make Lin Xian come out. Then, they would create an opportunity for the Earth Immortals. However, no matter how they tried to provoke him, Lin Xian still didn't come out. Lin Xian stared at Master Rashi in the Juyo ancient city, making Master Rashi's hair stand on end. "Kid, what do you want to do?" Master Rashi gritted his teeth and said. Lin Xian said, "I want to kill you. This way, I can probably shock the world again." Big move. The Crimson Dragon's eyes lit up. Kill an Earth Immortal? Just thinking about it made him excited. Yi Wudao and the others were also surprised. Is it really possible? Master Rashi was shocked when he heard this. However, he soon snorted coldly again. "You? Little ant, even if you attack together, you won't be able to break my defense for 10,000 years. Actually, I can try." Zhou Tianshi walked over and looked at Master Rashi curiously. This guy's absolute defense was very strong. If he could create an array formation, he could protect a few more cities. Master Rashi's face turned completely green. If it let a heavenly master study it, it would probably end up in a miserable state. His eyes were filled with fear. "You can't do this. The Grand Elder won't forgive you." Zhou Tianshi said, "Little guy, don't think about him for now. The gap between you two is too big. Previously, you used the immortal flame to injure an Earth Immortal, but you don't have that kind of flame now. If you rely on other powers, you won't be able to kill a land immortal. Let me study his specifications. Who knows, I might be able to come up with a new formation. As for the rest of you, have a good rest." "All right," Lin Xian sighed. However, in this battle, they had indeed suffered a lot of injuries. He was still fine as he had only expended some of his energy. However, the others were all riddled with wounds. Some of the great emperors had even damaged their foundations. Lin Xian had everyone sit cross-legged on the ground. After that, he took out a large amount of divine spring of life from the sword world, as well as various heavenly materials and earthly treasures. Among them, many of them were the treasures that he had plundered from Ziyin and the others in the Immortal City. At this moment, after taking them out, he gave them to these people to quickly recover. Those great emperors were originally in despair. In this battle, they had suffered heavy losses. It was estimated that they would not be able to recover without thousands or tens of thousands of years. However, the treasures in front of them, plus the divine spring of life, made them ecstatic. With these things, they could even recover to their peak in an extremely short period of time. However, Higgin was incomparably depressed. Xian Yin had attacked twice and returned empty-handed. He had been slapped in the face, and now he had become a joke. He was so angry that he was filled with killing intent. He also decided to learn from Lin Xian and kill his way into a few battlefields. He did kill some people from the divine realm. In an instant, the sky was dyed with blood. However, the people he killed were not core figures. Instead, he angered the divine realm. On this day, he was finally targeted by someone. It was the war god who made his move. A gigantic hand with stone-like veined patterns slammed toward him fiercely. In an instant, he was sent flying. Xianyin screamed in pain. Blood flowed out of the stone. He shouted angrily, "War god! Damn monkey! Just you wait!" He screamed and fled back to the Higgin. Using the eternal power of the eternal land, he quickly recovered. At the same time, many strong people from the Higgin came back from the battlefield. They were also seriously injured. However, the Eternal Land, as one of the 9 heavens and 10 lands, had a mysterious power. That was the eternal power. This power could help them recover quickly. On the other side, the Supreme Palace also suffered heavy losses. Moreover, they could not go to the Eternal Land for the time being. This made them gnash their teeth in anger. The Death God said, "Let us in." Xian Ming shook his head slightly. "Death God, before we came, we agreed that you can only come in after we won this battle. However, we are still in the middle of the battle. My eternal power is limited and cannot help you." Damn it. The Death God was about to go crazy with anger. He did not get any benefits from this battle. Did he still want to continue? He even wanted to tear up the alliance. However, at this time, Xianming said, "Of course, let the Lord know that you have sacrificed a lot in this battle." Chapter 63:42. Countless people were paying attention to this battle. Whether it was the Nirvana realm, the divine realm, the myriad worlds, or the other 9 heavens and 10 lands, they were all watching this battle. It could be said that it was too important. This was a battle of strength, but it was also a battle of gratitude and grudges. Could Lin Zhan take revenge? It seemed very mysterious now. Although Lin Zhan was much stronger than the last time, Blade Immortal was too strong. The Blade Immortal was too terrifying. He was a land immortal who cultivated an immortal art. He was an existence that far surpassed Essence Immortals, Master Rashi, and the others. Although only his soul was left, his combat power was still monstrous. It would probably be very difficult for Lin Zhan to kill him. Someone said, if he defeats the other party in this battle, will Lin Fan have a knot in his heart? It was possible that his cultivation level would stagnate. There were more and more such voices. Even the people of the divine realm were worried. Lin Xian clenched his fists. He was in Juyo City, watching the battle in the distance through the array formation. "Father, you will definitely win." At this moment, a figure appeared outside Juyo City. It was a pitch-black figure like a demon god. This figure was the Demon Emperor. The arrival of the Demon Emperor made many people in the divine realm frown slightly. This guy hadn't made a move in the previous battle. What did he mean by coming now? Did he want to reap the benefits? They didn't open the city gate. Instead, they stood under the city wall and asked coldly, "What are you doing here? Since you chose not to make a move, why don't you live in seclusion?" When Lin Xian saw the Demon Emperor again, he was also stunned. He felt very surprised. Because the last time, the Demon Emperor and Lin Zhan were both super great emperors. The two of them joined forces and killed more than 10 great emperors. It could be said that it shocked the universe. After that, Lin Zhan broke through and became a land immortal. However, the Demon Emperor was still a super great emperor. The other party still hadn't broken through. Why? Was it because he wasn't talented enough? Did he not have enough resources? Or did he not have enough comprehension? Lin Xian thought about it and felt that it wasn't the case. The Demon Emperor was very terrifying. Was he unable to break through? Or was he unwilling to break through? The Demon Emperor smiled and said, "I heard that you captured a petrified land immortal. I want to come in and study it." The Red Emperor frowned and said, "Although we have been cooperating, you are not from the divine realm after all. You didn't contribute much in this battle, and now you want to reap the fruits of victory. Isn't that a little unrealistic? Of course, I know that we are partners, so let's work together again this time. I'll destroy a city, and you'll let me study it. How about it?" The people in Nine Swim Ancient City were shocked when they heard this. One person destroyed an entire city. What kind of joke was this? The Red Feather Emperor said, "I was talking about the ancient city." The Demon Emperor laughed. "Of course. Do you think I'm interested in an ordinary city? I can destroy a world with a wave of my hand. If I want to destroy something, I will naturally destroy the ancient city." Which one? Saber Immortal was in charge of the city of 10,000 sabers. What do you think? What do you think of these conditions? MOD said with a smile. The people in the Nine Nether Ancient City were all dumbfounded. The city of 10,000 sabers, which was overseen by the Saber Immortal, was also a very important ancient city. Moreover, it was in the high heavens. This ancient city was not originally called the City of 10,000 Sabers. However, after the Saber Immortal took charge, he used his peerless saber techniques to fuse with the earth veins and completely change the city. This caused the entire city to be filled with a powerful saber intent. Only bladesmen could cultivate there, and no one else could get close. Now, although the Saber Immortal was fighting outside, it would not be easy for an Earth Immortal to take down this city. Was the Demon Emperor going to destroy this city alone? What do you think? The Red Feather Emperor couldn't make the decision himself. At this time, Zhou Tianshi said, "If he can really do it, let him watch the Earth Immortal. You have nothing to lose." That's true. The Iron Blood Emperor and the others nodded. "Okay, we agree." "Very well, Then I wish us a happy cooperation. The demon emperor grinned. At this time, he saw Zhou Tianshi and was slightly stunned. Zhou Tianshi also looked over and said, "You want to be the celestial emperor, right? It's difficult, but not hopeless." A hint of surprise appeared in the demon emperor's eyes, but he quickly calmed down. A heavenly master at the earth immortal level, and he had survived until now. You are Zhou Tianshi from the immortal city, right? Maybe we can cooperate in the future. So, I'll give you a piece of advice now. You can go and find out what happened to the other heavenly masters. Prepare in advance. Thank you, but I'm not afraid. Zhou Tianshi nodded and said. The demon emperor left, leaving only his back view. Everyone was talking about it. Can he succeed? I'm afraid it's difficult. We were able to successfully take down the Jiuyou ancient city because of a lot of luck. In addition, we have a lot of arrays made by Zhou Tianshi, so we can smoothly control the earth veins. This demon emperor is only strong in combat, but he's not an array master. Moreover, he's not an earth immortal. It's really difficult to take down a city alone. Lin Xian was extremely surprised. What is the celestial emperor's path? He was very confused. It seemed that there was a reason why the demon emperor didn't break through to the earth immortal level. Moreover, he was no stranger to the name Celestial Emperor. The Yi family's ancestor was called Celestial Emperor Yi. He originally thought it was just an honorific, but now it seemed that it wasn't necessarily so. Celestial Emperor Yi should have walked some kind of cultivation path. The demon emperor also wanted to walk this path now. There was another thing that worried him, and that was the heavenly master crisis that the demon emperor mentioned. He looked at Zhou Tianshi and said, "Senior, are you all right? I saw a heavenly master in Jiuyou. He was delirious and his consciousness was blurry. He seemed to be crazy. Could it be that even the heavenly master would be attacked by this mysterious power?" Lin Xian didn't know much about the heavenly master. He only knew that the heavenly master's array was extremely terrifying. Zhou Tianshi said, "I don't know much either, because I've been in the immortal city for a long time. In the immortal city, the most powerful thing is the immortal power. No other power can surpass it. So, I'm safe and sound inside. However, I have a certain sense of the crisis that the heavenly master is in. Recently, I've been feeling inexplicably uneasy since I've come to this world. Obviously, I've been targeted by something. However, I should be fine in the short term." Lin Xian took a deep breath. He definitely wouldn't let anything happen to the heavenly master. After this battle ended, he would discuss with Lord Jiu and the others how to solve the heavenly master crisis. However, the most important thing now was the battle ahead. The battle ahead was even more intense. Lin Zhan's fist could shatter the sky, and the Saber Immortal's saber technique could destroy heaven and earth. The two were evenly matched, and there was no sign of victory or defeat for the time being. And in this heavenly land, another figure appeared. It was the Demon Emperor. After the Demon Emperor obtained it, he directly set off for the city of 10,000 sabers. His eyes flickered with a strange light, but halfway there, he was stopped by a figure. A woman, like the goddess of moonlight, carried a scimitar and exuded a biting cold killing intent. This was the aura of an earth immortal. She was the moon god of the moon palace. The moon god stopped the demon emperor, and a biting cold light appeared in her eyes. Chapter 63:43. Are you going to die? The moon goddess said coldly. The demon emperor smiled. You still care about me? Nonsense. The moon goddess said coldly. You think too much. I just want to kill you with my own hands. I don't want you to die somewhere else. Instead of letting you die, I'd rather kill you with my own hands. The moon goddess took out the full moon scimitar on her back. The demon emperor had no intention of making a move. He shook his head slightly and said, Silly child, I'm not going to die. I said I want to walk out of my Tao. I'm sure you know how difficult it is to walk the path of the celestial emperor. Since ancient times, only a few people have succeeded. Do you think it's possible for you? Nothing is impossible. The demon emperor stood with his hands behind his back. At this moment, he showed endless confidence. I'm already very close. Give me a little more time, and I'll definitely be able to step on this path." The moon goddess was silent. The demon emperor sighed. He said, "Now is the era of great competition. Who will win and who will lose? It's really hard to say. Although the otherworld heavenly king is at a disadvantage now, their foundation is too strong. When they counterattack, the divine realm may not be able to withstand it. So, I have an idea. Why don't you go to the immortal city? There, you'll be absolutely safe and can live forever." "I don't need you to care about me," the moon goddess said coldly. "I'm an earth immortal. No one can threaten me. No matter how powerful you are, you're still my daughter. I have to think for you." "Shut up, you're not allowed to call me that. I have nothing to do with you." The moon goddess was extremely excited. "Now you know I'm your daughter. Let me ask you, back then, you saw my mother die with your own eyes. Why didn't you save her?" "Don't be delusional. I won't recognize you as my father. I hope you can come back alive. Because one day, I'll kill you with my own hands." The moon goddess turned and left. Sigh. The demon emperor sighed, and a touch of old appeared in his eyes. Soon, it disappeared. In the next moment, he turned into a stream of light and flew into the distance. He finally arrived at the city of 10,000 blades. The huge city stood tall on the ground, as majestic as a mountain. Around the city, there was a terrifying saber light that swept across the area, shocking everyone. This was the city of 10,000 blades, the ancient city where the saber immortal. Just by looking at them from afar, their auras were enough to frighten those emperor-level experts. Right now, the 10,000 Sabers city was heavily guarded. It was absolutely impossible to enter it easily. As for attacking, that was even more impossible. However, this was not a problem for the Devil Emperor. The Demon Emperor formed a seal with his palms, and his demonic aura erupted. Divine ability, myriad transformations. His appearance and aura quickly changed, and in the end, he became a stranger. With a sway of his body, he rushed forward. "Stop! Who are you?" Someone shouted coldly from above the city of 10,000 sabers. The surrounding saber light continued to spread, and the cold killing intent made people tremble. The Demon Emperor stopped, raised his head and said, "It's me, Black Wolf Emperor. Aren't you already dead?" The people of the city of 10,000 blades were astonished. The Black Wolf Emperor said, "No, I used the substitution technique to escape. I discovered Lin Xian's secret, so I came here to discuss it with the Saber Immortal. Lord Black Wolf Emperor, this is a time of crisis. Please allow us to inspect you." "No problem." The Demon Emperor nodded. He had obtained the corpse of the Black Wolf Emperor when he went to the Abyss Ancient City. Back then, Zhang Xian had already obtained a portion of the Black Wolf Emperor's bloodline. If he were to utilize it now, he would be able to pass it off as the real deal. Sure enough, the Demon Emperor's divine ability had deceived the powerhouses of the city of 10,000 sabers. They opened a passage. "Lord Black Wolf Emperor, please come in." The Demon Emperor nodded and walked in. After entering, he asked the guards, "Is Lord Saber Immortal back?" "No, Lord Saber Immortal is still fighting, but victory is definitely ours." The group chatted as they walked, and the Demon Emperor asked about the situation. When they came to a place where no one was around, he waved his hand, and the surrounding demonic aura instantly erupted. It formed a demonic barrier, enveloping the three guards around him. The three guards' expressions changed, and they roared, "Who are you? How dare you attack us? You're not the Black Wolf Emperor." "Yes, I'm not." The Demon Emperor returned to his true form, and his black hair kept fluttering. He said, "Do you know who I am? Are you from the realm of the gods?" They had not seen the Demon Emperor before, because the Demon Emperor did not fight in the previous battle. Break out of the encirclement and gather the powerhouses in the city to kill him. The three guards roared, and the power in their bodies completely erupted. They wanted to tear the cage apart. However, the Demon Emperor shook his head. "Don't waste your energy, you can't escape." His voice was flat. The next moment, he stretched out his palm. Supernatural power, demon bondage. Suddenly, The pressure of the cage doubled, and the 3 guards were firmly suppressed. Then, the demon emperor began to collect their souls. Not long after, he withdrew his palm, waved his embroidered robe, and directly killed the 3. Array Hall? The demon emperor's eyes flickered. Then, his figure transformed into the appearance of one of the guards, and he walked out. According to the soul collection just now, there were many powerful arrays in the Scimitar ancient city. Several of them were very threatening to him, so he had to destroy them first. Thinking of this, he walked towards the nearest hall, which controlled an array called the Thunderblade Array. Relying on the changed aura, the demon emperor easily entered the main hall. He said he had something to report. What is it?
Speak.
There was a super great emperor in front, and in addition, there were 2 great emperors and several quasi-emperors. What I want to say is that you can go to hell. In an instant, the demon emperor used his demon realm to envelop the entire hall. The next moment, he attacked wildly, and the spear of destruction shot towards the super great emperor. At the same time, a lot of demon god light appeared in the surroundings, sprinkling in the surroundings. The other quasi-emperors who were touched by the demon god light immediately died. Several great emperors retreated in horror. Their bodies were pierced, and they screamed in the void. All of this happened in an instant. When the super great emperor came to his senses, most of his subordinates were dead. Moreover, he was facing a fatal attack. Damn it! He roared, and his figure flashed, dodging in an instant. At the same time, he threw out a punch. Boom! The terrifying fist hit the spear of destruction, and there was an earth-shattering sound. The demon emperor's arm was numb from the impact. Who are you? He was too shocked. The other party seemed to be stronger than him. A dead person didn't need to know so much. The demon emperor waved his hand and charged forward again. The super great emperor's first thought was not to fight, but to break out. He didn't know how many enemies there were. Those who came at this time must be from the god realm. How did the other party enter the city of 1,000 blades? Why didn't they notice at all? He had to spread the news. Boom, boom. Divine ability, demon realm monument. Over 100 black steels descended from the sky. Each of them suppressed the world, forming a boundary that directly sealed the path above. The super great emperor was blocked, and his face turned ugly. What a terrifying demonic chi. It's a demon. Chapter 63-44. Facing the experts of the demon realm, the expressions of these super great emperors changed. Immortal technique, 1,000 jade soul. He formed a seal with his palms, and immortal chi erupted from his body. His arms seemed to have turned into an exquisite jade. A terrifying power swept out, forming overlapping palm prints. The battle between the two was extremely terrifying. However, he had underestimated the demon emperor. The demon emperor was not an ordinary super great emperor. He had the chance to break through to become an earth immortal, but he did not. Such a person was terrifying to the extreme. Sure enough, not long after, the demon emperor pierced through the other party's head. That super great emperor was severely injured. His entire body turned into jade, and his shattered head healed again. He wanted to escape. In the end, he was enveloped by demonic fire. A miserable voice sounded. Who are you? You are not a super great emperor. There is no one as powerful as you in the same realm. Who are you? I am a demon. A cold voice sounded. Then, the super great emperor was killed. Next, they began to destroy the lightning array. The people outside the city of 10,000 blades did not know because the entire process was fought in my space. They did not release any power at all. However, someone discovered that a few figures in the city of 10,000 blades opened their eyes. An intruder had entered. The array great emperor was dead. Were they from the divine realm? How dare they come to the city of 10,000 blades and behave atrociously? Did they think that without Lord Saber Immortal, they could attack the city? Let's go and let them know what regret is. These figures stood up and left the hall in an instant. The demon emperor walked out of the array great hall at the front. The lightning array had been destroyed by him. Next, it was the other array formations. However, As soon as he came out, he frowned because he felt that the atmosphere around him was not right. 3 figures appeared in the surroundings. The 3 of them stood in the air, their powerful auras suppressing everything. Their cold eyes stared at him. "You are the intruder, right?" It was really surprising. His aura, appearance, and even bloodline were exactly the same as the guards. No wonder no one noticed you before. Unfortunately, you still made a mistake. You shouldn't have killed the Array Formation Elder, because once he died, we immediately discovered it. Is that so? The Demon Emperor smiled. But I promised someone that I would destroy the city of 10,000 blades. Why don't you kill yourselves? That way, I won't have to do anything. The Demon Emperor's voice wasn't loud, but it infuriated the 3 powerhouses around him. Courting death? Are you looking down on us? How many companions do you have? Call them all out. I want to see what makes you so arrogant. There was no one else, only myself. The Demon Emperor stood there with his hands behind his back, looking down at the world. How could a single person be so arrogant? How naive. Since when could a single person destroy an entire ancient city? Who do you think you are? Earth Immortal? What a joke. You don't have the ability to do that. The 2 of you, allow me to make a move. I want to properly torture this thing who doesn't know the immensity of heaven and earth to death. Among them, a tall man walked out. There was a terrifying immortal energy on his body that turned into flames that kept jumping. His name was Scorching Sun Emperor. The arrogant words of the Demon Emperor had thoroughly enraged him. Therefore, he wanted to personally take action. Boom. Immortal technique, unparalleled blazing Sunday. He struck out with his palm. Resplendent flames were extremely dazzling, like the sun hanging in the sky. A terrifying aura directly enveloped the Demon Sovereign. Go to hell. Boom. The Demon Sovereign's figure was instantly torn apart by this palm. Ha ha ha. Scorching Sun Emperor sneered. However, at this moment, in the void behind him, a pitch-black hand reached out and directly grabbed his neck. A cold voice sounded in his ear. "You're the one who's only s. What? You're not dead? When did you come behind me?" Scorching Sun Emperor's hair stood on end. He roared angrily, and the power in his body erupted, wanting to blast the other party away. However, in the next moment, he felt that his neck was instantly broken. A super strong force hit him from the back, shattering his internal organs. A bloody hole was completely formed in his body. In just an instant, he was severely injured. His entire body fell from the sky. Scorching Sun, are you all right? The other 2 people's faces also changed drastically. They sucked in a breath of cold air. They didn't expect the opponent to be so powerful. They immediately attacked and took him down. The 2 of them roared. Just as one of them moved, he was pierced by the Great Destruction spear and instantly vomited blood. The other person charged towards the Demon Emperor. Demon God Seal, the peerless supernatural power, attacked again, sweeping across heaven and earth. The battle between the Demon Emperor and the 3 people was earth-shattering. What happened? An enemy was attacking. The people of the city of 1,000 blades were also alarmed. It was impossible for them not to discover such a great battle. For a moment, everyone raised their heads. What a terrifying attack. Who was it? He actually challenged 3 super great emperors by himself. This person was too strong. Was there anyone else other than him? No. They found only one figure. You're courting death. Kill him. They activated the array in the distance, and an overwhelming power blasted towards the Demon Emperor. The Demon Emperor's body was instantly enveloped. In addition, the 3 super great emperors attacked with all their might. Instantly, his body was torn apart. Endless black fragments drifted between heaven and earth like black wings. It's over. Humph, with just him? How dare he come here and behave atrociously? Scorching Sun Emperor also gritted his teeth. He's finally dead. However, as soon as he finished speaking, he couldn't laugh anymore because he found that the fragments in the sky began to condense again. Then, the Demon Emperor's figure appeared in front of everyone again. He wasn't dead. He was still alive. How was that possible? His aura didn't weaken at all. Countless people were in despair. Even Scorching Sun Emperor and the others gasped. How could there be such a powerful person in the world? The Demon Emperor laughed out loud. I'm a demon. I'm immortal. He looked up to the sky and roared, divine power, shadow of 10,000 demons. Countless demonic sounds rushed out of his body and swept in all directions. Immediately, people below the great emperor level died in large numbers. Quickly, retreat into the array. Scorching Sun Dali roared crazily. Emperor-level figures, charge with me. Everyone else, retreat. Activate the array and kill him. A great battle broke out, and it was very terrifying. The Demon Emperor was even more powerful. He had countless divine powers and fought against a group of heroes alone. The entire city of 1,000 blades was wailing and howling because of him. At this moment, everyone in the heavenly land realized what was going on. There was a battle in the city of 1,000 blades, and blood soared into the sky. No way. Many strong masters were dying in the city of 1,000 blades. Someone was attacking the city of 1,000 blades. Countless exclamations sounded. The people in Upper Qingqing naturally learned about it. They were all stunned. Was there anyone else attacking besides them? Who was it? The Supreme Hall or the Yuhua Immortal Dynasty? However, they did not see anyone from those two powers at all. Saber Immortal, who was fighting at the front, naturally felt something strange. His expression changed. Not good. The city of 1,000 blades that he was in charge of was under attack. He subconsciously wanted to go back. However, a figure stopped him. The battle between you and me is not over yet. Chapter 63:45. Before the battle was over, Lin Zhan would not allow his opponent to leave. How dare you stop me? The Saber Immortal roared. The terrifying saber light on his body seemed to have turned into two pairs of wings that could destroy the heavens and the earth. A violent aura swept through the 9 heavens. At this moment, countless people were terrified. The Saber Immortal was too powerful. He was so terrifying even without a body. If he had a body, how powerful would he be? Between heaven and earth, endless saber light swept across. Lin Zhan snorted coldly. His battle intent was monstrous, and his powerful aura broke through everything. He blocked the saber light. He said, "You can't leave before the battle is over." After speaking, he raised his fist and attacked. The Saber Immortal roared and used an immortal technique. It was extremely terrifying and could be suppressed in an instant. However, he did not leave. Instead, he held the Saber Immortal back. This made the Saber Immortal even more furious. He wanted to kill Lin Zhan. However, he wanted to leave even more. He wondered what the situation in the city of 10,000 blades was like. In the city of 10,000 blades, the battle was even more terrifying. Countless people gathered together to attack. Their only target was the Demon Emperor. However, they were about to despair. The Demon Emperor was too powerful. He killed his way into the ancient city alone and swept through all directions. At this moment, the Demon Emperor sneered and formed a seal with his palms again. The demonic aura on his body instantly erupted, and the boundless aura turned into a sea. The sea of the demon realm was extremely dark. Many demonic lights flew out from it and attacked in all directions. The swordsmen of the city of 10,000 blades tried to block it. However, they soon couldn't block it anymore. Some people's bodies were pierced by the demonic lights. They screamed crazily as their internal organs were shattered. The demonic lights instantly turned these people into skeletons. A skeleton corpse fell from the sky. This was the Demon Emperor's peerless divine ability. It was extremely terrifying. Once it was used, it would be a massacre. The super great Emperor's eyes were about to pop out. They were so angry that they went crazy. What a ruthless method. The Scorching Sun Emperor was very weak. He said, "I can't let this thief continue to be arrogant. I've decided to fight it out with him. All of you, step back." After speaking, the other two super great emperors' expressions changed. They quickly ordered everyone to step back. They stretched out their large hands and took their people away. At the same time, a long saber appeared in Emperor Scorching Sun's hand. It was a flaming saber. On the long saber, there was an extremely hot aura. The saber flew out and attacked the Devil Emperor. MOD sneered, "It's useless. You're no match for me." Scorching Sun Emperor ignored him and slashed down mercilessly. When he came in front of the magic mirror, the Scorching Sun Emperor suddenly smiled crazily. "I can't beat you. However, perishing together should be fine, right?" After saying that, he actually destroyed his extreme Dao weapon. Boom! A loud explosion shook the heavens and earth. The other two great emperors quickly controlled the formation and directed the energy into the sky. In an instant, a beam of destructive light soared into the sky. Above the 9 heavens, the void shattered as thousands of black holes appeared. At this moment, everyone raised their heads and looked at the huge black hole in the sky. It was as if it was going to cover the entire sky. Everyone was terrified. What kind of battle was this? The destructive aura was too strong. In the universe, countless experts were watching the battle. Their scalps went numb as they looked at the huge destructive aura. It seemed that a super great emperor had fallen. In the heavens, Saber Immortal also smiled. "You tried so hard to stop me, but what's the use? The intruder is already dead. Next, I have the patience to kill you." Saber Immortal was no longer distracted and attacked Lin Zhan with all his might. In an instant, Lin Zhan was in a critical situation. City of 10,000 blades. Everyone heaved a sigh of relief. This Devil Emperor should be dead. He was too difficult to deal with. They had lost so many experts and only managed to kill one super great emperor. Damn it. I heard that this Devil Emperor was a lunatic. However, no matter how crazy he was, he still died. Scorching Sun Emperor's face was extremely pale. He had carried this emperor weapon with him for hundreds of thousands of years. It had become one with him and his saber. Now that it was broken, his foundation was severely damaged. Now, he was so weak that he couldn't even defeat a great emperor. However, killing this thief was a great contribution. When the time came, Permitha would definitely help him recover. I'm afraid that after this battle, I'll have to return to the Eternal Land to recuperate. Scorching Sun Emperor looked at the other two super great emperors. The other two nodded. "Thank you for your help this time. Otherwise, we would have suffered a great loss." Not everyone had the courage to use an extreme weapon of destruction. At this moment, the wind and clouds in the void suddenly gathered again. The Devil Emperor's body was originally torn into pieces. However, these pieces were quickly reassembling. At the same time, the Devil Emperor's voice was heard. "You want to kill me with the self-destruction of an extreme weapon? Don't you think you're too naive? This is impossible." Scorching Sun Emperor's face was filled with fear. The other party was still alive. The others were also stunned. Any super great emperor should have died after being hit by such a destructive force. Why is he still alive? Damn it, I don't believe it. Scorching Sun Emperor roared crazily. The others also roared. "Illusion. This is an illusion. The Devil Emperor can't be alive." However, in the sky, the Devil Emperor's figure had already recovered. He smiled. "I am immortal and indestructible." After speaking, he waved his hand and the spear of great destruction appeared in his hand. He struck forward. The biting cold black light instantly pierced through Scorching Sun Emperor's body. Then, it fiercely danced and smashed Scorching Sun Emperor to the ground. With a loud boom, Scorching Sun Heavenly Emperor was smashed into pieces. Previously, his foundation had been injured. This time, he was almost killed. When one reached the Emperor realm, it was very difficult to kill the opponent in a battle of the same level. You could defeat the opponent, but you could also suppress the opponent. However, it was very difficult to completely kill the opponent, unless the gap between the two sides was very large. For example, a super great emperor could kill a great emperor. It was indeed easy for an Earth Immortal to kill a super great emperor. Other than that, it was very difficult, unless one had an extremely terrifying power. For example, the Immortal Fire, the Great Dragon Sword, and the Devouring Sword. These kinds of power that surpassed everything in the world could do it. The Devil Emperor obviously didn't have such power, so he didn't kill the other party with this attack. However, the Devil Emperor had other powers. He seemed to be really immortal and indestructible. In the face of an attack that could kill someone of the same level, he actually came back to life. Moreover, his aura didn't weaken at all. Other than the three of you, there's no need for the others to exist. A hint of madness appeared in the Devil Emperor's eyes. His body quickly grew in size, turning into a giant that could support both heaven and earth. It was as if the devil god had been resurrected. At this moment, strange illusions seemed to be seen in the universe. Heavens, the demonic aura is monstrous. Who is this god? The people of the devil race kept kneeling and praying. This is the god of the devil realm, manifesting in the human world. From now on, the devil realm will rise. Damn it, what does this guy want to do? The people in the city of 10,000 Blades went crazy. Scorching Sun Emperor's expression changed. Oh no, he wants to destroy himself. Run. Chapter 63-46. Such a phenomenon made countless people talk about it. The people of the demon realm even shouted, "The demon god has appeared." However, at this moment, the indomitable phantom of the demon god suddenly shattered. A destructive aura swept out in all directions. At this moment, the land of heavens was illuminated by endless aurora. In the universe, countless people closed their eyes. They were stunned. What happened? No. Is the demon god destroyed? The people of the demon race broke down. They had just had the hope of rising, but now it was destroyed. In the city of 1,000 Knives, everyone was also wailing. The Scorching Sun Emperor had just shouted to run when the demon god's body split open, and the destructive power enveloped them. At this moment, they were like small boats swaying in the wind, unable to resist at all. One figure after another quickly fell under this destructive power. The great emperors were desperate and wanted to escape, but they found that it was impossible. In the next moment, their bodies were torn into pieces. Damn it! When the Saber Immortal, who was fighting in front of them, saw this scene, he was instantly furious. He roared crazily, wanting to go back to help. However, it was useless even after he slashed out with his saber. He had split open countless demonic auras, but the remaining ones were enough to turn the others into ashes. In Upper Qingqing, the people of the God realm were stunned. The demon emperor died together with us. Why is this guy so desperate? In the ninth underworld, Lin Xian and the others were also at a loss. However, Zhou Tianshi said, he won't die so easily. He has an indestructible power in him. He might really be able to destroy a city alone. After Lin Xian and the others heard this, they gasped. How terrifying is it to destroy a city alone? The city of 1,000 Knives was shaking violently at this moment. It was a mess inside, with broken bones everywhere and blood flying everywhere. There was not a single complete figure around. Dead. They were all dead. The Scorching Sun Emperor only had a head left, and his broken aura was extremely weak. The other two great emperors' bodies were also broken, and their bodies were dyed red with blood. Their bodies trembled as they looked around. Except for the three of them, everyone else was dead. That demon emperor must have died as well. How pitiful. He had to get Saber Immortal back as soon as possible. Otherwise, if the people from the God realm launched another attack, they would not be able to withstand it at all. At that instant, the magical voice echoed once again. I'm a demon, immortal and indestructible. No. Scorching Sun Emperor had gone mad. The other two Super Emperors also had a mental breakdown. If he was still alive, how could there be an immortal being in the world? However, this demon emperor before his eyes did it. After the demon emperor recovered his body, he stomped on the head of the Scorching Sun Emperor and crushed it. Scorching Sun Emperor finally couldn't take it anymore. Even though he was a super great emperor, his life force was tenacious. However, at this moment, he was still reduced to ashes. As for the other two super great emperors, the demon monarch directly struck out of the demon world and sealed them. The next moment, he looked up to the sky and roared angrily, "One person destroyed a city. I did it." After saying that, His figure flashed and flew out. Die. Extremely far away, the saber immortal roared and slashed out a peerless saber beam. This slash directly enveloped the Fiend Emperor. Around the Fiend Emperor, the void shattered. The Fiend Emperor's expression also changed. At the critical moment, his body shattered into countless fragments and flew in all directions. As long as one fragment flew out, he would be immortal and indestructible. However, this slash enveloped his entire body. Not a single fragment could escape. The Fiend Emperor was shocked. This power is indeed strong. It seems that I can't resist it yet. Why aren't you saving me? He roared crazily. He didn't believe that the God Realm would sit back and do nothing. Sure enough, in the sky, an iron rod fell and directly shattered this saber beam. The iron rod was like a sea-stabilizing divine needle, holding the world in place. Thank you. The Fiend Emperor hurriedly left. He turned into lightning and quickly fled. The saber immortal was very desperate. Even his soul was shaking from anger. The war god intercepted him. There was no hope of killing the Fiend Emperor. He vented all his anger on Lin Zhan. Go to hell. Heaven destroying 18 slashes. He slashed out 18 peerless saber beams in a row, wanting to kill Lin Zhan. Lin Zhan's face was gloomy. He didn't say a word and quickly dodged. Nine Nether ancient city. When the Fiend Emperor appeared, Lin Xian and the others were shocked beyond words. He didn't die. This Fiend Emperor actually had such a terrifying, indestructible power. Lin Xian had felt this power when he was at Mount Eternal. However, he discovered that the Fiend Emperor's power seemed to be even stronger. I destroyed a city. Can I see the power of a land immortal now? The Fiend Emperor spoke. Sure, come in. Zhou Tianshi waved his hand and opened the array formation. The Fiend Emperor walked in and stood in front of Master Rashi. He formed a seal with his palms and began to search for Master Rashi's secrets. Master Rashi roared in anger. However, he was suppressed by the array formation. There was nothing he could do. Lin Xian took a deep breath and said, The city of 10,000 sabers has been destroyed. Let's go and take it. They had to hurry. Senior, please teleport us to the city of 10,000 sabers. Sure. Zhou Tianshi waved his hand and a spatial array formation was instantly set up. In the next instant, Lin Xian, Murong Qingqing, Yi Wudao, and the others walked into the city of 10,000 sabers. A large number of experts entered the spatial array formation and disappeared. When they reappeared, they were already inside the city of 10,000 sabers. The Crimson Dragon exclaimed, across the endless void, between the 9 heavens and 10 earths, such accurate teleportation, as expected of the Heavenly Master. I want to learn this technique too. Although he could teleport, he couldn't break the power of the 9 heavens and 10 earths to teleport so accurately. Yi Wudao, Gu Santong, and the others were shocked beyond words. They sucked in a breath of cold air. The power of the surrounding blood sea was too terrifying. There were actually super great emperors who had fallen. They didn't dare to get close to the aura of blood. Leave the rest to me. I will teleport all of this power away. The Crimson Dragon said. Lin Xian, Murong Qingqing, and the others also helped. They threw the corpses of the great emperors and the terrifying sea of blood outside the city of 10,000 sabers. Everyone started to clean up the city of 10,000 sabers. Before long, all kinds of seas of blood were outside the city of 10,000 sabers. Ghosts wailed and wolves howled, and blood rained down. Lightning fell, and the sky and earth exploded. The saber immortal was so angry that he vomited blood. Damn it! Is someone taking over the city of 10,000 sabers? He roared and slashed at the 9 heavens. Hurry up and help me. Xianyin attacked, and so did the Grim Reaper. The Otherworld Heavenly Master also sent many experts. They were robbing the city of 10,000 sabers. The saber immortal turned around to defend. It seemed that it was impossible to kill Lin Zhan in a short time. But if the city of 10,000 sabers was lost, he couldn't explain it. So, he turned around and charged back into the city of 10,000 sabers. Lin Xian and the others felt their hair stand on end. A shocking saber light enveloped them. Boom! The godly sea-steadying needle appeared again and blocked the saber. Lin Xian and the others breathed a sigh of relief. The next moment, they found that Sun Qitian had also arrived. "I'm here to help you." Sun Qitian had also become a great emperor. He waved his hand, took the godly sea-steadying needle, and waved it in all directions. In the sky, Xianyin said coldly, "Fighting god, you dared to sneak attack me last time. This time, I will teach you a lesson." The saber immortal also attacked the fighting god crazily. The battle started again. The fighting god's eyes burst out with terrifying flames. His eyes burned the 9 heavens. Chapter 63-47. The land immortals of the divine realm and the nirvana realm attacked one after another. The battle between immortals was about to break out again. Lin Xian raised his head and looked at Xian Yin and Xian Ming. He furrowed his brows tightly. These were 2 stone men, but they were stone men that could move. This meant that their strength was terrifying, at least on par with the fighting god. Because once a land immortal was petrified, they couldn't move. Master Rashi had already proved this point before. The 2 people in front of him could move. They were absolutely terrifying. The foundation of the Nirvana realm was really terrifying. In the sky, Saber Immortal smiled. "You 2 are finally here. Great, let's attack together and take them down." He was extremely excited. Lin Zhan roared, "Today, none of you can pass. The city of 10,000 blades no longer belongs to you." He stepped in all directions and sent a voice transmission to the people below. Xian quickly transformed the city of 10,000 blades and removed the blade energy inside. "Plant your dragon sword soul and turn it into the city of 10,000 blades. It will completely belong to us." "Father, don't worry. Leave this city to me." Lin Xian took a deep breath. Next, he was going to take action. Of course, with his strength, he couldn't break it instantly. He asked Zhou Tianshi for help. Zhou Tianshi teleported over. He opened a space passage that connected the 2 ancient cities. This method was heaven-defying. Seeing this scene, Saber Immortal frowned. Xian Yin and Xian Ming's expressions also changed. The power of a heavenly master. And it was the power of a heavenly master that wasn't affected by the mutation. Damn it, the divine realm actually had this kind of power. Xian Ming looked at Death and said, "Won't the Temple of Paragon make a move? Are you going to let the heavenly master act outside?" Death's expression changed. This heavenly master suddenly appeared. We didn't have any information about him before. But don't worry, from this moment on, we have already targeted him. The Temple of Paragon won't let him go. Soon, they will take action. However, we can only rely on ourselves in this battle. Let's fight with our backs to the wall. The Nirvana realm couldn't retreat, and they wouldn't allow it. Even if they fell behind, they had to fight. The divine fire and immortal chi on their bodies erupted. Extreme weapons and great emperor weapons swept across the air. A terrifying aura swept through the 9 heavens. In the next moment, they collided. An earth-shattering sound was heard. This battle caused the expressions of everyone in the universe to change. The battle between immortals broke out again. Attack the city. The Otherworld Heavenly King sent out more warriors. The Earth Immortal level expert was gone. However, they still had some super great emperors and great emperors. At that moment, they started attacking frantically. They wanted to take back the million-blade ancient city. They absolutely could not allow another ancient city to be lost. Leaf Daodinier and Murong Qingqing roared in rage. Together with Yin Ruyu, the 3 of them charged toward a super martial monarch. Although the 3 of them were only great emperors, they were extraordinary. Murong Qingqing, who possessed the immemorial phoenix secret art, could transform into a 7-colored phoenix and soar for 9 days. As for Leaf Daodinier, he cultivated the projection of an immortal king, making him seem like an indomitable giant. Yin Ruyu, on the other hand, was covered in green lotuses. Together with her elegant weapon, she was equally powerful. The 3 of them held back a super great emperor. That super great monarch had gone mad. He actually couldn't kill 3 little ants. It was too inconceivable. Charge quickly. The others also attacked one after another. They were unwilling to give up. They had to take down this ancient city. However, the changes in the ancient city were extremely fast. With the help of the heavenly cycle master, Lin Xian quickly found the core of the earth vein. He took out the great dragon sword soul and placed it in the core of the earth vein. Immediately, a dragon roar sounded. The great dragon sword soul was like a dragon entering the sea, entangling the earth vein. In the next moment, the entire earth vein seemed to be rolling. Immediately, the saber chi that was originally covering the surroundings shattered. It turned into countless fragments. At the same time, sword chi began to appear. Damn it! The saber immortal, who was fighting with Lin Zhan in the sky, felt this scene and his eyes instantly turned red. The other party had controlled the earth vein so easily. Damn it, it was that heavenly cycle master. The power of a heavenly cycle master was too mysterious, especially when he had cultivated to the level of an earth immortal. It could be said that his methods were heaven-defying. There were many secret techniques that were beyond their imagination. This heavenly cycle master couldn't be allowed to live anymore. At the same time, he also sighed, and a hint of despair appeared in his eyes. I'm afraid that I won't be able to take back the city of 10,000 blades. This time, he failed. Not only was his body petrified, but he had also lost the ancient city that he was guarding. Without the ancient city, his cultivation speed would be much slower. More importantly, if he wanted to break through the petrification, he had to borrow the power of the ancient city's earth vein. Now that the city of 10,000 blades was lost, how could he improve in the future? Could it be that he would become a statue for the rest of his life? He was unwilling. He roared at the sky. All his previous preparations had been burned to ashes. The saber immortal went crazy and sent Lin Zhan flying with a slash. Lin Zhan spat out a large mouthful of blood, and a crack appeared on his body. However, he smiled. The angrier the other party was, the worse the state of the heavenly cycle master was. So what if you have an immortal art? This time, I can't let you run away. Lin Zhan charged over. On the other side, the fighting god was facing Xian Yin and Xian Ming by himself. He stretched out his eyes and hands and charged towards the two peerless experts. Xian Yin and Xian Ming were not as strong as the fighting god. However, when the two of them attacked together, they could restrain the other party. This way, there would be no one to restrain the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper seized the opportunity and charged towards the city of 10,000 blades. He wanted to seize this city. He wanted to occupy the earth vein in this ancient city to cultivate. Countless wisps of death aura appeared on his body, and he flew down like a sea of death. The people of the god realm in the ancient city felt this power, and their faces instantly turned pale. Not good. My life force is fading. Damn it. I'm about to turn into a skeleton. Hurry up and defend. The Crimson Dragon roared and crazily activated the power of the array formation. However, his life force was also fading. There was no choice. The difference was too great. Zhou Tianshi snorted coldly. He waved his hand, and the earth vein trembled. Then, a sword aura flew out of the earth vein and was held in his hand. The sword slashed towards the sky. This sword not only contained the power of the earth vein, but also the power of the great dragon sword soul. It was extremely sharp. The Dead Sea that filled the sky was split into two, as expected of one of the 5 swords of the world. Zhou Tianshi was surprised because the power of the earth vein alone couldn't be so powerful. However, he still sighed. He didn't have the great dragon sword soul, so he couldn't exert its true power. Furthermore, the great dragon sword soul was incomplete. If it had been at its peak, this sword strike would have been able to split the Grim Reaper in half. Damn it! The Grim Reaper dodged the sword. His expression was ugly. This Zhou Tianshi was really troublesome. He didn't attack again. Instead, he secretly sent a voice transmission. Old friend, let's do it. Let's attack Geo Ancient City and lure the tiger away from the mountain. Let's see if it works. Anyway, we have to snatch one of these 2 ancient cities. Is it finally time for me to make a move? No problem. Within the cosmos, a gigantic black shadow laughed out coldly before flying out. His target was Juyo Ancient City in Juyo. Chapter 63:48. This figure was extremely powerful and pitch black. As soon as he appeared, the shadow he cast seemed to cover half of the universe. The martial artists of countless planets were terrified. They looked up and saw a huge dark cloud covering the world. The aura above was cold as if the gate of hell had been opened. The martial artists of Joyo were even more shocked. Many people knelt on the ground. What kind of master is this? Did he come to us again? Master Shin exclaimed, an earth immortal. May I ask who you are, fellow Taoist? Master Shan flew up and hovered in the air. The feathers on his body, like a heavenly sword, soared into the sky. He confronted the dark cloud. A pair of eyes appeared in the dark cloud. In the pitch-black eyes, black flames danced, which could burn the world. I am the god of the underworld, and I am going to attack Geo Ancient City. Are you going to stop me? A cold voice came. Master Shun was shocked. A master of the Supreme Palace? Moreover, the other party came for Geo Ancient City. I am not stopping you, and I am not from the divine realm. However, Geo Ancient City is extremely mysterious. Why don't we join forces and explore it together? No need. The god of the underworld refused instantly. Master Shun's face changed. He still wanted to say something, but the god of the underworld had already moved. He turned into a dark cloud and flew toward Geo Ancient City again. Soon, it enveloped Geo Ancient City. Boom! The huge eye in the dark cloud fell, and a monstrous black light, like a sea of fire, rushed toward Geo Ancient City. It made Geo Ancient City shake violently. Countless people in the city were shocked. So powerful. This is the power of an earth immortal. Demon Emperor also frowned. He waved his hand and cast a few defensive spells. However, it was useless. Master Rashi said, "Ha ha ha ha, the god of the underworld is here. Can you defend this ancient city? Quick, cut off the space channel first." The god of the underworld in the sky took out a pitch-black divine sword and slashed down, cutting the space channel formed by Zhou Tianshi into two halves. The sky was full of space cracks, and everyone was desperate. In the City of Heavens, Zhou Tianshi, who helped Lin Xian, also frowned. Oh no, Geo Ancient City is under attack. Do they want to take advantage of the situation? Lin Xian said, Senior, are you okay? Zhou Tianshi said, No, I have to go back quickly. It seems that the one who attacked is a land immortal. What? Earth immortal? Lin Xian was stunned. Where is the land immortal? Virtual immortal? Half a soul was nothing to be afraid of. Logically speaking, the demon monarch and the others should have been able to fend it off with the help of the earth vein. This is an earth immortal at his peak. I wonder which force he is from. I'm leaving first. Otherwise, Geo Ancient City would be lost. Zhou Tianshi waved his hand, and in an instant, a spatial array appeared in front of him. He entered the spatial door and disappeared. Lin Xian was extremely anxious. Another Earth immortal had appeared. What was going on? Could Geo Ancient City be defended? The situation had really become confusing. In Geo Ancient City, the god of the underworld's enormous body began to descend after cutting off the space tunnel. He had already torn open the formation and was about to occupy Geo Ancient City. Countless people in the city were terrified. Their bodies were torn apart, and they could see the cold smile on the underworld god's face. It seemed to be imprinted on the heavens. Boom! Suddenly, an earth-shattering voice rang out. Zhou Tianshi returned and immediately activated the Great Sky Divination Formation. The mysterious formation, together with the earth vein, instantly blocked the god of the underworld's figure. The smile on the god of the underworld's face disappeared, and he frowned. You are the heavenly master. A cold snort sounded like thunder. Then, in the black fog, the underworld god sword slashed down. The pitch-black long sword carried a monstrous aura of death. It was extremely cold, and no one could resist it. The sword seemed to be able to destroy all the powerhouses in the world. The Great Sky Divination Formation shook violently. However, At this moment, the formation turned into a mysterious tower that enveloped Zhou Tianshi. The mysterious tower shook and spun, releasing powerful energy. "Get out!" Zhou Tianshi roared angrily, and the formation merged with the ancient city. Then, the mysterious tower turned into a great sky divination hand and pushed out, forcing the god of the underworld to retreat. The god of the underworld's body left Juyo ancient city, roaring in anger. However, he soon sneered. "You can't defend this place, but you can't defend the city of 10,000 blades. The god of death and I will get an ancient city. Let's see what you can do." As soon as he said that, the expressions of the people from the divine realm changed drastically. Oh no, they were in danger. Originally, they had the upper hand against the otherworld heavenly king. However, the addition of the Paragon Hall at this time changed the situation. They thought that the Supreme Hall was just a group of Supremes. They weren't even great emperors, so there was nothing to be afraid of. However, who would have thought? At this time, the Supreme Hall could send out 2 Earth Immortals. With such strength and the otherworld heavenly king, they were about to surpass them. Sure enough, the city of 10,000 blades was attacked again. The god of death sneered, and a great sky divination hand fell. Everyone in the city felt their blood boil, and their lives were draining away. Were they going to die? Lin Xian roared. He planned to use the great dragon sword soul with all his strength. He slashed out with his sword and blocked the great sky divination hand. However, in just a moment, the great sky divination hand fell again. "It's useless, Lin Wudi. You are only invincible among your peers. In front of an Earth Immortal, you are still no match." "Damn it!" Lin Xian roared. Man and sword as one. He rushed into the Earth Vein and fused with the great dragon sword soul. A terrifying dragon-shaped sword energy flew out and slashed out again. This sword strike shattered the sky and destroyed the stars. It actually blocked the great sky divination hand. The god of death frowned tightly. The other party's sword strike was really beyond his expectations. However, how many sword strikes can you make? Sure enough, Lin Xian separated from the great dragon sword soul, and all the power in his body was used up. Fortunately, there was the power of the Earth Vein here. Otherwise, his power would have been sucked dry by the great dragon sword soul. "Little ant, you have angered me." The god of death took out his scythe. The huge scythe turned into an arc of death and slashed down. Lin Xian felt a cold aura. "Can't I hold on any longer?" At this moment, a black hole appeared in the sky, devouring the power of the sword and swallowing the scythe of death. "Wine Lord!" Lin Xian exclaimed. The Wine Sword Immortal's figure appeared. He had sensed it during the previous battle. However, he was attacking the ancient city of the Ghost Immortal. He felt that the divine realm should be able to hold on, so he didn't come to support. However, the appearance of the god of the underworld was beyond his expectations. He had to withdraw from the front line and come to support. At the most critical moment, he saved Lin Xian and the others. "Little guy, are you okay?" Wine Lord asked. Lin Xian shook his head. "It was too dangerous. I was almost destroyed. You continue to take this ancient city and plant your own sword energy. As for the god of death, I will help you stop him." The Wine Sword Immortal looked at the god of death and said, "You bullied my disciple? If you have the ability, fight me." After that, the vortex behind him erupted and swallowed the entire world. It swallowed the god of death as well. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.